The guy on the phone for a second date update today let his emotions get the best of him on his first date. And now I don't even know why he's on the phone to do a second date update. If I were him, I would not want to see this girl again. I actually don't even think I'd want to go in public again.
It's that
but
bad?
regardless, he emailed us and wants to do a second date update. His name is Keith. What's up, Keith?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh my God, Keith, I feel like you should be embarrassed for yourself, but I don't really know why yet.
Yeah,
Your email was crazy, man. I cannot believe what actually happened on your first date. We'll get into that in just a second. But first off, how'd you meet the girl that you want to call today? What's her name?
Allison.
Allison. So how did you meet Allison?
We met through an online dating site.
Okay, that's pretty normal.
I just haven't dated very much, and my friends finally convinced me to start doing some online dating, and I tried a couple of like the free online services, and just they were terrible. I had terrible experiences.
Yeah, the free ones are never good.
He sounds like the memory is still haunting him right now.
Oh yeah, PTSD. Like one girl I met within the first 5 minutes of our date, she asked me how much money I made.
Whoa!
Oh. Do you make a lot of money? I realize it's the first couple minutes we've met, but now I want to know.
Yeah. Having flashbacks. And when I wouldn't tell her, she literally was like, all right, well, this is done. And she left, and it was over.
Wow.
I can't
Okay.
believe you even continued online dating after such a horrible experience.
I know. And then the worst part is it didn't get any better. I met this other girl on a date, and she brought her dog, and I kid you not, she talked to the dog more than she talked to me.
All right, so you've had a bad run.
Yeah, on these free. So I finally was like, okay, I'm going to sack up. I'm going to pay for like a paid service because maybe the quality will be better, you know? So
Right.
Is this the first date that you went on off of that paid site?
yeah.
Oh.
And this one sounds like it went very well. I mean, at least
Well,
for you.
Yeah, comparatively speaking, it started out great. Met Allison. We went to brunch.
Oh, that's a fun date.
Yeah, and just from the moment I saw her, instantly I knew like there was something there. She was gorgeous. I couldn't believe it.
Is
Okay,
this
and then
now-
right off the bat, she didn't ask you how much money you were making, or she didn't have a dog with her, so that's a plus.
She's off to a great start.
But I feel like you've lowered your standards so much compared to the other incidences that you had.
Yeah, I mean, I know my standards had been kind of lowered, but she was like better than I ever would have expected. She was smart, she was cute, she was sweet, and she just seemed normal. She just seemed like a normal person that I had a really great connection with, and it kind of caught me off guard, and I just was like starting to feel like overwhelmed, but in a good way. Like I was swooning, and
Oh.
I just got caught up in the moment, and that's when I think I messed up.
Yeah.
Well, could you
Tell everybody what happened and then explain why you did this.
Okay, just try and understand all the context. So, so we meet, we're hanging out, the date's going great, and it just keeps getting better and better and better. And she gets up to go to the bathroom. And at this point, I'm like, my heart is just like overwhelmed, like it's overflowing. I'm like, she's the one. Like she has to be. I know it sounds crazy, but I felt it. And so while she was in the bathroom, I decided to do something crazy.
Oh no.
Yeah. So when she gets back, she sits down and she looks at me and she can kind of tell I have something I want to say. So I look to her and I say, look, I know we just met, but there's something I need to tell you. And she says, okay. And I straight up told her I wanted to spend the rest of my life with her.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like I'm breaking out in hives just even hearing that. And I love love.
Yeah, no, I know. It sounds crazy, even me saying it right now. But I don't know. I just was in the moment. I couldn't help it. It's like I would have regretted it forever if I didn't. I made a ring out of a paper napkin, and I got down on one knee in the restaurant.
And did everybody see this, or was it just you two?
Oh, yeah. People were like applauding. They were smiling.
What did she do?
She, well, I could tell she was shocked. I don't think she saw that coming.
No, I guarantee she didn't.
Did she think that you were joking?
No, I mean, she knew. There's no, like, I was dead serious. She could see it in my face.
How did she
Oh my
react?
gosh.
She was calm. She didn't, like, freak out, but she's kind of looked at me after everyone quieted down and was nice about it, and she was just kind of like, Keith, this is our first date.
And What did you say to her?
I was like, I know, but I just feel this, and I can't deny it. And she was like, I think I should leave, and then she left.
Yeah, because Keith, you sound crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna lay it out there.
I mean, I know how I sound.
Did she leave you right there in the restaurant by yourself?
Oh yeah, I finished my eggs Benedict alone.
Who wouldn't have left? You've got a crazy psycho stalker proposing to you within like the first hour of meeting someone.
I mean that kind of thing happens, right? You've seen rom-coms. When you know, you know. And I really thought she felt the same way.
What?
Maybe she did. Maybe, you know what, she ran right out of the restaurant to shop for a wedding dress.
She's been busy planning this whole time, and that's why she can't get back to him.
Yeah, probably. That's
What
probably it.
what did she ever do to make you think that she thought that she should marry you and get engaged right there on your first date?
Yeah, I mean that's a fair question. So when we were talking, I like to go to comedy shows, in my spare time, and I told her that, and she wanted to come with me. I've never met a single woman who was excited about.
So that means
idea of that.
that you ask for her hand in marriage on a first date?
Yeah, well, I guess I read it wrong. Whatever.
Yeah. I'm guessing you haven't talked to her since this date.
No, and I have tried very hard.
Yeah.
I know she's the one. That's the thing. And I should have just waited. I should have played it cool.
Yeah.
I should have held my tongue, but I couldn't.
All right, well,
Whoa.
we'll play a song, come back, get her on the phone, and see if we can get you guys a second date, and then maybe you can get married after that date, okay?
Oh, that would be amazing.
All right, well, we'll get your second date update right after this. Hang on.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
You know what I'm hearing in today's second date update? Wedding bells.
Oh my
That's
God.
right. I feel like this is going to be the first ever second date update that ends with a couple getting married
Wow.
live on the radio over the phone.
Wow.
If you just tuned in, Keith is on the phone. He wants to call Allison. They met online, went out for some brunch. He got a little wrapped up in his emotions and actually proposed to her on their first date. And then she stormed out. He hasn't talked to her since. It's obvious why she's not talking to him because she thinks he's a weirdo who proposed on the first date. But Keith, here's my advice to you, man, before we make this phone call. If you fall off that horse, you get right back on.
Oh.
When we get her on the phone and you talk to her, propose again, Keith. Just keep proposing. She'll eventually say yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's how that works, but
I don't know, man. I think you should just go for it one more time.
Keith, what's your plan here? Apologize?
I mean, I've already apologized so many times on her voicemail and through text message, so I think she understands I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just want a chance to explain.
All right, here we go. I'm going to dial her phone number right now, okay?
Look, before you call her, if you guys can have my back on this, I need all the help I can get.
Yeah,
So
you really do in this second date update. I'm not going to lie to you. You need all the help you can get. Okay.
please.
I'm dialing her phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for Allison.
Yes, this is Allison.
Allison, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Who's this again? I'm sorry, I'm
This is Jubal. I host the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
not sure what that is.
Okay, good. Well,
lot of people
it's a radio show. It's pretty much the only explanation I can give you there is a little bit of talking, a lot of crappy music, and we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. I'm assuming you've never heard of that either.
Not familiar with it.
You went out on a date recently with a guy named Keith.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Keith told us about your date.
Oh really? What do you know? Do you know that he proposed to me?
We
Yeah.
do. Yeah, he told us all about that. He says that he feels bad, but he also wanted to get you on the phone and tell you that he liked you a lot and wanted to see you again.
Really?
Let me ask you a question, okay? How did you feel when he proposed to you on your first date?
I thought it was really weird.
I feel like that's an understatement.
Definitely.
Has that ever happened to you before?
Oh, come on.
No, definitely not.
Was it scary, creepy, a little bit of both?
It was crazy. I mean, when you picture getting proposed to when you're young, a little girl, you don't exactly picture it happening on the first date at brunch.
You don't?
No.
Weird. Okay.
So
Yeah, he told us all about your date, and he said that he feels really bad, and he's tried to apologize to you, and he just wanted to be able to talk to you again to see if you'd go out with him.
I mean, he should feel bad. What was I supposed to do?
Say yes and marry the guy?
you're so
Right.
dumb. Was there any part of you that thought like, well, it's romantic?
No, I was completely shocked. It was one of those things where you just pause. It took me about 3 minutes to even get a reaction, and I didn't even know what to think.
So I'm guessing that the reason you aren't calling him back for a second date is because of the wedding proposal. Was there anything else?
Does there need to be another reason?
I don't think so. That's enough of an explanation. You know, Keith did talk to us, and he doesn't sound like a weird guy. He just says he got caught up in the moment, and he was super excited because you're like the best girl he's gone out on a date with ever, and he handled it the wrong way.
That's sweet that he says that, but I mean, we were vibing, we got along, we had, a good connection at first, and I felt the spark, but when he broke into tears and started proposing, I thought he was crazy.
Yeah.
Switches it up a
I would
little.
Yeah, it changes things a little bit, changes your whole vibe.
Yeah.
Allison, I do need to let you know that Keith is actually on the other line and wants to talk to you.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Hey, Allison.
Oh my God. What do you want?
I just want a chance to explain myself. I told you I'm sorry. I know that what I did was crazy. I know it was insane. I got caught up in the moment. I'm an emotional person, and I don't have a good excuse. I just got caught up in the moment.
It's not the 1920s. I mean, you don't just meet somebody and marry them off in the afternoon.
Yeah, no, you're right. I get that. But can you honestly say you weren't, feeling anything? I can't be the only one who was feeling something.
No, I was. I mean, I liked you at first, and you seemed normal, and I definitely felt a connection. But when you broke into tears and proposed, I just thought you were crazy.
Okay, that makes sense. That's totally fair. I'm not crazy. I've had some terrible experiences dating in the past, and you were so cool and normal, and I just felt it, and I got lost in that moment. I got caught up in it.
I feel like if that's the kind of guy you are, then who knows what other reckless decisions you'll make down the line.
Oh, no.
Dude, I will. Red flag is what she's saying.
I understand. Yeah, I get it. I understand how that could be a red flag or how I could seem crazy and unstable. I'm not you want to call my friends, and I have people who will vouch for me. Just
You want to supply references to Allison?
I will. I think this is important. I don't want to lose this potential relationship just because I messed up on the first date.
I mean, it's a shame because I liked him too. I'm just not looking to get married tomorrow. I'd like to date someone for a little while before we talk about marriage.
So you did like him, though, before?
Yeah, I did.
Well, then why don't you give it one more shot and go out on another date? Would you like to go out on a second date with Keith? We will pay for it.
Come on.
Allison, before you answer, I need you to know I did watch a couple rom-coms on Netflix the week before we went out, so I was in an emotional place already.
Blame it on the rom-coms. I love it.
It's like Katherine Heigl just gets to his heart, man.
Allison, will you go out with Keith again?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. This whole thing is just so weird.
Come on.
You cannot blame her, you guys.
Allison, the only thing I'm proposing right now is a second date. I just want to do this the right way and forget about the first date and just move forward. That's all I'm asking.
Allison, can you forget about the wedding proposal on your first date and go out with Keith one more time? I know that's a lot to ask, but do you think you can do it?
It is. If you guys think it's a good idea.
Wait.
I do. I think it's a great idea. At least see one more time how he handles himself. I mean, he's not totally crazy.
See, right there. You said he's totally crazy. I'm
No.
going to change my mind again. I'm going to go back.
I said he's not totally crazy.
Yeah, but
He just
even-
got a little worked up, you know?
You're saying partially crazy, though.
Everybody's partially crazy. And you can't find somebody that's fully sane.
Yeah, no, I just can't. I'm sorry, I
No?
can't.
Oh, man. All right.
Come on.
What happened? We were there, and then
I don't know, man. I'm sorry.
So close.
What did we learn? What have we learned, though? Okay, this is all about learning. What did we learn from today's second date update?
that love isn't real.
Oh, that's so sad.
We've learned
Keith.
that, but we've also learned no rom-coms before your next date, okay?
Oh, Keith.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
It's President's Day. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. And that's the one day where, as a country, we're supposed to think back about how hot all of our previous presidents were. Yeah. I see you, Millard Fillmore.
what
Millie
it is.
Filmy. Anyway, throughout the years, we've heard many presidential terms and phrases that any second grader should definitely know. But what about the people on this show? Do we have the brain power to remember a few simple facts about the history of this country and the great leaders who oversaw it? Well, we're going to find out because I guess young Jeffrey has come up with a friendly competition to see if any of us can remember anything about anything. Specifically presidents this time, but normally just anything. So go ahead, Jeff.
Well, today we're going to be testing out that second grade knowledge that Jubal just referred to with a little presidential fill-in-the-blank fun.
Oh, no.
Here's how it works. I'm going
Okay.
to give you each a partial sentence related to President's Day vocabulary word list that I stole off the internet, and you have to fill in the blank with the correct presidential term.
Oh, no.
At the end, the winner is going to be crowned Miss Presidentiality.
Okay.
Okay?
Ooh,
Do
I've
we
always
get a
wanted to be Miss
sash?
Presidentiality.
You get a sash, you get a crown, and I, young Jeffrey, will kneel before you,
Ooh.
and then we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Okay?
I think I'm going to be the disappointed one, but whatever.
You never know, Brooke. But let's get started. Jubal, you're going to go first.
Okay.
Your first question, fill in the blank here. Since 1789, there have officially been 27 amendments to the U.S. Constitution, but the first 10 are known as blank.
You know this.
The first 10 are known as
Yes?
the intro.
No. That is not it.
That's your answer?
Yeah,
It's not like a mix.
Are you being for
the
real?
intro.
Do you really? You know that.
Maybe, maybe not, but I'm going with intro.
All right, Jubal gets
I
that
want to be
one.
Miss Presidentiality.
You don't win by losing. You win by winning.
The correct answer, if you were curious, is the Bill of Rights.
Oh, yeah.
It was really close.
I knew that, but I want to go with intro.
Yeah.
I think it is better.
Let's move on to
Preface.
Brooke here.
All right.
Your question. The group of philosophers, politicians, and writers who led the American Revolution against the Kingdom of Britain are known to history as blank.
God. Benjamin Franklin. John Hancock.
Yes,
Known
those are their
as
specific
The
names.
names, yeah.
Badass bandits. What is their name? The congressional. Wait.
Quartet.
What were they called, you guys? Can I get help or can I not get
Do
help?
you want them to? Because they want to win
Read
more
it one
over you.
more time.
Yeah.
One more time, and I'll give you an answer.
Okay, the group of philosophers, politicians, and writers who led the American Revolution against the Kingdom of Great Britain are known to history as blank.
First Congress.
It was the first Destiny's Child, wasn't it?
They're known as the founding fathers of
yeah.
America.
That's
right.
right.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
daddies.
Those guys.
Yeah.
Jose, it's your turn.
Oh, God. I'm already going to get it wrong, but.
The United States has a special group of 538 people whose sole purpose is to elect the President of the United States. This group is called blank.
The Electoral College, baby. Yeah!
Oh, my God.
That's the one thing I know about politics.
Yeah, you got super pumped up as soon as
I
he
don't even know.
was starting to ask that question.
Jose is in the
Easier
lead.
question.
Jose is in the lead.
Oh, you have to get them right if you want to be Miss
Yes.
Presidentiality?
That's right.
That's why we were telling you.
Oh.
Did you fail every test because you never paid attention?
Probably. I don't even know if I took tests.
Here's a chance to redeem yourself, Jubal, okay? Your next question. Before a new president is sworn into office, the previous one, while they're still running the country, is known as a blank.
Oh, I know this.
The previous one is known as
Like an animal.
a tiger.
No.
Hey there, tiger. Yeah, I'll go tiger.
No.
No.
That was wrong.
The previous president, while they're still running the country, is known as a lame duck.
Oh.
Yeah.
A lame duck president.
Feisty tiger.
Brooke,
Give me one me their questions. I know all the other answers.
Brooke, you definitely know this one.
Okay.
A political action committee that is heavily funded by wealthy corporations is known as a blank.
A PAC. Super PAC.
Hey,
Brooke,
look at
that was
that.
impressive.
Political Action Committee.
Wow.
PAC.
That's fancy.
Yeah.
All right. Brooke and Jose, you both have one. Jose, it's your turn.
Okay.
When you have a closed meeting of supporters for a specific political party or president, it's called a blank.
Stupid, man. I had all this momentum, and now what a parliament. Parliament!
That's your answer?
Final answer! Dang,
parliament?
I'm just trying to think of political words. I don't know.
Parliament's from Britain.
Yeah, that's it's
Parliament.
right here.
That's how classy I am. I didn't know about
Unless you're
their
talking about
government.
Parliament Funkadelic, P-Funk, from back in the day.
A closed meeting of supporters for a specific political party or president, that's called a caucus.
Oh, I don't know what to say that.
Come on.
Jubal, back to you.
Okay.
Oh, man.
When a political decision is made that is not directly supporting either party, that's known as blank.
Hogwash.
That's interesting. I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
That's known as being bipartisan.
When
When
We
you're
don't-
I
not
thought it was called
supporting either
hogwash
party.
because that's
It
what I would
makes-
say. This doesn't support either one. This is hogwash.
I feel like you wouldn't know bipartisan. It doesn't exist in this country right
Jubal,
now.
you've gotten zero
Fine.
correct so far.
Oh,
Brooke, let's go over.
I know.
Okay.
Thought that was the way to be Miss
If I get this
Presidentiality.
right, does it end the competition?
I hope so.
No, it wouldn't end
Okay.
it. Brooke, when the president travels to a state and campaigns to gain support for another candidate running for office, that's called blank.
Supporting his best friends.
Be a good bro.
Yeah.
It's called campaigning for someone else. The answer.
Okay. That's called stumping.
I didn't know that.
Dumping.
Like the president was in Ohio stumping for
No
candidates.
one says that, Jeffrey.
That is what
They say-
everybody
yeah,
says.
I've heard it a lot.
I've never heard
Jose, so
Stump away.
Jose, if you get this question right, you will actually win this.
Oh my god, okay.
All right, here we go. A preliminary election to appoint delegates to a party is known as a blank.
I'm not helping you. I don't want you to win.
Say it one more time.
A preliminary election to appoint delegates to a party is known as a blank.
Primary! Dang it!
He got it.
Hey!
Jose officially wins.
Yes!
Wow.
Jose is
I'm a
so
genius.
smart.
Jose,
Did
you
you
are
just
it.
throw it
You
for
won.
Jose?
I didn't do
You threw it for Jose.
Congratulations, Jose.
Jose,
What
you're
is
Miss
going
Presidentiality.
You made our forefathers very proud today.
Retally!
Congratulations, Jose.
Bull crap.
Good.
It should feel good. You're the
Bringing this
smartest
to the
person
committee.
in the room, Jose.
I've always told you guys I'm smarter than all of you, and
You
no
have.
one ever
Damn
believes
it,
Well, now
Jeffrey.
I finally believe. All right, your phone tap is coming up right after this. It's Brooke and Jubal.
Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
There are a lot of mistakes that you can make on a first date. You can talk about politics. It's always a risky thing. You can talk about your ex. You can projectile vomit.
What?
That's a big one. That's a big deal breaker usually on a date.
Yeah.
Well, Tim, who's on the phone today, who wants to do a second date update, had that problem on his date. He ended up throwing up during the date. I don't have all the particulars on that. That's just what his email said. Tim, how you doing?
How's it going, guys?
Pretty good. Probably better than you.
Yeah, probably.
Oh my
So
God.
your email said that you threw up on your date. Did you actually throw up on your date or during the date?
No, it wasn't like that.
Okay, well, what happened?
Well, we were actually out at a bar, and having some drinks, had some shots. Probably really shouldn't have had those shots, but
You sound like a nervous guy. Were you like taking shots to like calm your nerves?
no, we were just out drinking.
All right, so
Okay.
you just drank
So
too
you're
much and had to throw up.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Well, I was in the bathroom. I don't even really know if she knew that I had thrown up.
Okay.
Oh,
So why do you think that's an issue? Because your email said you think that's the reason she's not calling you back.
Oh, man. Well, I was just in the bathroom, just sick for a few minutes, and I was just thinking to myself, dude, I got to rally. This girl's like hot. I got to get out there. So I just went out and we started dancing a bit, and I didn't have any gum or anything.
Oh, so
Did you at least like rinse your mouth out with water or something?
I tried, but that's not too effective usually.
Yeah, it usually doesn't help.
So
You need some
gross.
gum or something.
Oh, no.
So are you worried that she smelled vomit on you?
Obviously, yeah. But, at the time you're kind of feeling a little tipsy, so you're not really all with it, and you kind of feel like, okay, should I not? It's hard to make decisions at that time.
And what was this girl's name?
Kate.
So did she say anything about noticing that you smelled?
Well, she didn't say anything, but we did kiss, so I'm figuring that she did.
You kissed her with puke mouth?
Why?
It just kind of happened.
You should have gave her the cheek or something, and then on your way out, grab some gum.
Yeah, that's just rude.
I didn't want to do it, but she kind of wanted to make out. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I guess
Oh,
if I were in your shoes, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
Now, I guess you can tell by how long the kiss lasted. Did she keep kissing you, or did she stop?
Yeah.
Started off longer, but then it kind of died off.
Oh, man.
No.
So, I mean, she sounds like she was honestly interested in you because, I'm sorry, if someone's so drunk on the date that they're vomiting, I would have been peace out at that moment.
Yeah.
And have you tried to contact her since?
I've tried contacting her a few times. I left a voice message, and I've sent her a few texts.
Okay, have you heard anything from her at all?
No.
And did you say in the text, hey, maybe I drank a little bit too much last night, let's do this again, or?
Well, I still really don't know if she knew that I had thrown up at that point. She was drinking too, so I just puked in the bathroom. I just don't know if she knows that.
All right, but that's the reason why you think she's not calling you back. You think that she kissed you and was like, oh, gross.
That's what I'm afraid of.
It might not even necessarily be puke that she's just like, oh, man, this guy has horrible breath, and I don't ever want to kiss him again.
God.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
The worst part of this is that she's going to realize that she just kissed puke mouth no matter what happens at the end of this second
She
date.
already has it, though.
Yeah.
You guys aren't going to tell her. Just find out if I'm going to get a second date or not.
Yeah, okay. We won't tell her. Unless she doesn't bring it up, and then I'm going to have to tell her.
No.
No, man, that's not cool. Don't say that. Come on.
All right, either way, we're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Okay.
All right, hang on.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Tim is on the phone. He threw up all over his date.
Oh.
No, he didn't. He didn't do that. He did throw up during his date, though. Apparently, he went out with a girl. Her name is Kate. We're about to call her and get a second date update with her. But they went out to the bar. They were taking some shots. He felt like he was getting a little sick, so he ran to the bathroom, threw up, went back out on the dance floor with her. She went in for a kiss. He didn't know what else to do, so he kissed her. And he thinks the reason she's not calling him back is because his breath was terrible after that. He's texted her a few times, tried to call her. He's heard nothing. We're going to give her a call right now and see if that is, in fact, the problem. Tim, you ready to give Kate a call?
Definitely. This chick is so hot. I just hope I didn't mess this up.
Yeah, all right, cool. You don't need to be sick or anything before we make the call, do you? You need to go to the bathroom and then come back? You're going to be good?
We'll see.
All right. I'm going to dial the phone number right now.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Kate, please?
Yes, she?
Hey, Kate, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry, what?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show.
Okay.
I'm calling you today because you recently went out on a date with someone who listens to our show. His name is Tim, and he emailed us asking if we could get you on the phone to find out why you're not calling him back.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not.
Tim called your show, and now you're calling me on his behalf?
Correct. Because
Can I ask why?
We think Tim is a great guy, and we just don't understand why you don't want to go out with him again after your first date.
You got to be freaking kidding me.
I'm not at all,
He's
actually.
a great guy. I'm not really sure. What do you want?
I just want to know why you're not calling him back, that's all. Can you tell us that?
I don't know what you know, but I met him at this club situation. At first, I thought he was a nice guy. He was coming on pretty strong, drinking a lot. Oh, God, it's so disgusting.
Is it really that bad? Listen, Kate, we talked to Tim about your first date. He definitely does not have the same impression that you have. He said that you guys were just out dancing, having a good time, and that you even kissed him when you guys were hanging out.
Which I deeply regret. So what really happened, if you want to know, and hopefully this is going to be tuned out to the world here because he's just disgusting. When we were dancing, I don't know how up he was at the time. He seemed to be drinking a lot, and he's a terrible dancer, by the way, but he did something inappropriate.
What did he do?
What did he do?
I don't know if I can even say this on the radio.
If it's too bad, we can always beep it out.
He grabbed my hand and put it on his package, if you will, and he said, "Do you feel what you do to me, girl?"
Are you serious?
That's a move I've never heard of.
I kind of pretended that he didn't say that, and I was kind of like, okay, he's oddly weird. I don't know, what is just happening in the moment. And then he started to repeat it. "Do you feel what you do to me, girl?" And louder on the dance floor. And I was so embarrassed. I didn't even know what to do. People are looking at me, and it's louder than the music.
Oh my gosh.
And obviously that move didn't turn you on.
I'm not even going to answer that.
And just to clarify, the kiss was before this move.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure that.
I'm hoping you didn't kiss him after he was doing that to you.
Mixed signals.
So obviously, I was completely disgusted, grossed out, violated, honestly, and you can see why I would never, in my wildest nightmares, even want to talk to him again.
I don't blame you.
Oh, that is unfortunate, Kate, because he's actually on the other line listening.
What?
Yeah. Tim, Casanova, you there?
Gross.
I'm telling you, I was drinking a lot. I promise you, I don't remember that.
That does not excuse your disgusting behavior. I cannot believe you dragged me on the radio for this.
Oh, no.
Disgusting.
Hey, I'm sorry. I really don't remember any of that. Is that really what I said to you?
Do you feel what you do to me, girl? Yeah, over and over. I remember that pretty vividly.
Oh, my God. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm embarrassed. That was totally inappropriate.
Have you been the drunk perv guy at the dance floor before, Tim? Be honest.
No.
I bet you've done that so many times. It was rehearsed the way you said it.
Gross.
I promise. I'm sorry. I've never done that before.
Oh my God. I don't know how you could come back from that. Just even the guy on the dance floor that humps your leg is nasty. The guy who puts his hand on and says that line. Tim.
Well, I know you've been drunk before. Come on.
Hey, Tim, I don't think you're going to get a second date out of this. I'm just going to tell you right now. I'm going to ask in a second. But, Kate, I do have to let you know something else about your date.
Oh, no.
I forgot about
Okay?
What?
So he did that to you on the dance floor. That is very disturbing, right? But also, before that happened and you guys kissed, he told us that he was in the bathroom throwing up and then came to the dance floor, and that's when you guys kissed.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I feel so bad for you.
I thought you weren't going to tell her.
Yeah, I changed my mind when I heard about everything else that you had done. I do have to ask you, Kate, would you like to go out with Tim again? We'll pay for a second date.
No.
All right.
Dude, Kate's never going to talk to a guy at the club again after this.
Tim, I'm sorry. No second date for you, man.
Well, looks like it's back to the club for me again.
Yeah, you might want to stay out of the clubs. Hey, are both you guys still there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just want to know if you can hear what you do to me. Yeah.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Say this on the radio.
If it's too bad, we can always beep it out.
He grabbed my hand and put it on his package, if you will, and he said, "Do you feel what you do to me, girl?"
Are you serious?
That's a clip from the second date update that we just aired. Tim wanted to call Kate. Tim thought Kate wasn't calling him back because they were drinking while they were out hanging out. He got sick. He went to the bathroom, got sick, came back on the dance floor, and they made out. He was assuming that maybe his breath was kind of nasty because he had vomit breath. But the real reason was because he grabbed her hand, put it on him, and said, "Do you feel what you do to me, girl?" And I guess he did that a few times.
Yeah, I wish she would have just answered, "No, actually, I don't feel anything."
Yeah, actually, there's nothing there at all.
Wait, can you maybe a little bit closer? I don't.
Somebody texted in at 78592 and said, "Puke doesn't sound that bad now." After hearing exactly what he did. Very disturbing.
Yeah,
very bad.
If you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, Brooke and Jubal at MOViN925.com. We will call the person who didn't call you back.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I personally get excited when we get an email for a second date update and it says, "I embarrassed myself on the first date."
That's not a shocker at all.
That's what happened with Tom. Tom went out with a girl named Vanessa. Apparently something embarrassing happened. The date actually stopped halfway through.
What?
Tom, why don't you tell everybody what your embarrassing moment was on your first date with Vanessa?
How you doing, guys?
Good.
Oh, Tom, get to the
Better
meat.
than you, that's for sure.
I am dying to hear what you did.
Well, I was out with this girl, Vanessa, and we're in the middle of the meal, and I'm stuffing myself with bread, appetizers, getting ready. We're having a good time. And she says something that makes me laugh, and I start laughing a little uncontrollably. But I'm laughing. I laugh so hard that I actually I end up vomiting on the table right there.
What?
What?
Just
Like vomit?
Right
Like
in the middle of the day.
Mid gag.
What?
And it just all came back out. It was like a
Like big
volcano.
chunks of bread and
Okay.
appetizer.
Ew, Brooke.
I am sorry. What was?
Is this a normal thing for you? Like, does this happen a lot?
Well, she really said something funny enough where I was choking on my food and it had to come back up.
Well, yeah, but I'm asking about like your gag reflex. Do you puke often? Like when you just start laughing, if you're eating and laughing at the same time? Has this happened to you before?
Guys, I think you're really underestimating like how funny this girl is. I mean, girls are just not funny. Most of the time, they're never funny. Brooke, no offense. I'm just saying, this girl
Offense
is
taken.
hilarious.
All right.
Lydia is hysterical.
She was so funny she made you puke.
She's so funny. She made me feel, I can't even begin to tell you. Like this, it's like she was doing 60 Minutes at the Apollo. I mean, she literally is hilarious.
Stand-up comedian.
Stand up from back in the early 90s.
Tom, there is no excuse for this. I feel like you're taking it so nonchalantly, like, oh, well, I just vomited on the table.
What'd you do after you?
Because I'm embarrassed. I mean, I'm not. It's not my proudest moment, but like, I don't feel like I should be judged just on this moment
Yeah.
alone. Like, yes, it happened, and yes, it was embarrassing, but I really think I could, if I took Vanessa out again, I could show her that was just a very awkward circumstance.
What did she do after you puked on the table?
I mean, what any normal person would have done. She immediately left. I mean, she was very upset. I definitely hit her with some crossfire.
Oh my gosh, you puked on her?
She didn't like stick around to ask if you were okay or try.
She noticed the vomit on both the table, myself, and herself, and exited the table immediately. I mean, I understand. I'm not like insulted by that. I really am still embarrassed, and I've tried to contact her, but she hasn't gotten back to me.
And vomiting is one of those things that you see someone else do it, and you instantly feel the need to do it too. So she probably got up and ran to the bathroom.
Oh my gosh, that is horrible. So did you like apologize via text message and stuff already?
I sent her emails, texts, voicemails. Of course I apologize. I mean, it's an awful thing, and especially when the date was going so well. It's a girl that I really, really like, so it's like, I feel bad as a person, but I also feel bad because, like, I really saw something with this girl, and it's like I really feel like that very bad moment in time really could have ruined it for me.
I guarantee that she has already told all of her friends about you, and you're known as a puker now.
I mean, I'm certain. I would gladly be the puke guy if I could just get another chance to talk with her.
All right.
I just think you should have turned it on her. You should have been like, it's your fault, man. You
Yeah.
made me laugh.
Hey, you made me laugh. I think you're hot. I got
mean,
nervous.
Had I thought that quickly, I probably wouldn't have been able to get those words out since there was vomit inside my mouth.
Okay, well, we're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Okay, thank you, guys.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, if you're just joining us for the second date update, it's pretty clear cut. Tom puked on his date.
Oh, my gosh.
And ended the whole thing, and she ran off. Tom, had you been drinking? I do have to ask you that. Like, were you a little drunk, maybe?
No, guy, that's the thing. I'm telling you guys, there was no alcohol in my system, no drugs, nothing like that. It was literally the humor of this girl is too much to handle.
I mean, it's not his fault. He can't control it.
Yeah, I mean,
what? It's not a malicious. It's not like he did it on purpose.
Purposely throw up on her. I mean, it was an accident.
You guys, there's no way that a girl could ever be attracted to a dude on a first date that vomits on the table halfway through. I mean, are you going to make out with him at the end of the night?
I'll not make out with him.
It depends on the girl and how desperate she is. Some girls might still be down with it. Like, whatever. I don't care.
Kesha?
Yeah, Kesha would love it.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to call her right now, see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update. Tom, you ready?
Yes.
I mean, I think we all know why she's not calling you back, but we'll see if we can salvage it for you.
Hello?
Hi, is Vanessa there?
This is she.
Vanessa, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning on MOViN 92.5.
Hi.
Hi. Listen, I'm calling you because you recently went out with a friend of mine named Tom. Do you remember? I'm assuming he left quite an impression on you.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, if you mean puking on me, pretty memorable.
I wonder because, I don't know if you go out on a lot of dates where men puke on you, so he's the only one that you've gone out with lately that has puked on you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've heard the story of what happened. Well, Tom really liked you. The reason that he says he threw up was because you were hysterical and made him laugh and puked. I'm assuming that's the reason that you haven't been calling him back.
It was disgusting. I mean, I had to get out of there, and he seemed fine. It was just gross.
Yeah.
Everybody was looking at us.
Tom told us whatever you said to him was so funny that it made him puke. Do you remember what you said to Tom? Because I have to hear it.
Yeah.
All I said was, I thought it was strange that penguins you never see penguins' private parts.
You never see penguins' private.
That was it. It wasn't even funny.
It's a good point, I guess, yeah.
But how many...
Jose's cracking up at it, so...
No, I'm cracking up because he thought that was it? That was the killer?
That was it.
What bird private parts do you see?
We make fun now, but Jose's going to be using that as stand-up set here pretty soon.
Both these boys do stand-up, and they've never had anyone puke in their audience.
So that was hysterical. That was hysterical to him, and then that made him puke all over the table.
Yeah, and I thought it was weird that it was hysterical to him. I wasn't even trying to make a joke. I didn't even think it was funny. It was just something that I observed, and he just went into this uncontrollable laughter, and then started gagging. It was weird.
Hey, Vanessa?
Yeah?
I do want to let you know, please don't be funny in the next 5 minutes or so, because Tom is actually on the other line and heard everything that you just said. Tom, say hi to Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It's awkward.
That's why I said don't be funny. I don't need Tom puking while we're on the phone with him.
Guys, you really had to be there to hear the joke, how she said it in the moment.
Okay.
Sure.
She said it wasn't even a joke, though, Tom. She was just making an observation.
But you aren't. I mean, you don't know. It's a date. Weird things are funny. I mean, Vanessa, I'm just really sorry that happened. But I mean, I've just got to say, girl, whether you're aware of it or not, you got the gift.
Yeah. You got some chops, kid. You could be huge in this business someday, I tell you.
It's just, I can't, I mean, I'm not just trying to, give you high praise here. I'm just saying that there's something that I find very attractive about you. It's very rare to find a girl as funny as you can be. And that's, it throws me off my game because I'm very not used to it.
The fact that you think that I'm funny and that I was trying to say something funny about the penguins, it just.
I know it's weird, but please don't bring up the penguins again because I just still can't deal with it. I know you don't think it, but I wish you could see yourself the way that I see you. Because
it's very flattering.
It's a beautiful thing.
Vanessa, it's pretty high praise that he thinks you're that funny that it made him vomit. I don't think there's a lot of women that could say that.
I don't know why you think I'm funny. I mean, if I puked on you, would you think that was funny?
I mean, Yeah, a little bit.
Oh my God.
It sounds like, Vanessa, anything you do, Tom thinks is hysterical. So
I mean, it's funny because if you remember, we had ordered lobster, and to think of me vomiting lobster on you would have just been that much more violent.
What?
This guy has the worst sense of humor ever.
Dude, Tom.
Well, I'm not saying I want to stand there and, just let you continuously spew on me. I'm just saying, if it had happened, I would probably laugh it off.
Yeah, see, we're different.
See, come on, we have this thing together. Even now you're berating me, and I still can't control my sense of wonder.
Oh my gosh. I feel like you could never go to the movies because if you were even in a Pixar movie, you'd vomit popcorn everywhere.
Oh, you can't even talk to me about Pixar movies. They're the best thing ever made.
You're trying to be funny. I don't find you funny.
I find Tom hysterical. Tom, I think you're a comic genius. Vanessa, is there anything that we can do to get you to go out with Tom again? We will pay for a second date.
No, I want to forget about this. I don't want to go on a second date. I mean, with all due respect, it's not going to work out.
You can't recover from a vomit session.
I mean, I'm always going to think about that. It's never going to work out.
I mean, if you think about a long relationship between us, I mean, it started with a vomit shower and it ends with a wedding shower. I don't know, something like that.
Oh my gosh.
It's a funny story to tell your grandkids about.
Oh.
As bad as the moment was, I would love to have one more chance if you want it.
Anything?
The fact that you just mentioned a wedding shower and the throw up and from one to
Well, come
another.
on, that's funny. Think about it.
Oh, God. Give up.
Tom
Give up, Tom.
knows one thing, and that's funny.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You know you had a good first date when you could have lost your job over it.
Whoa. What? I don't think that's good.
Well, Becca, who's on the phone today to do a second date update, emailed us. I don't know much about her date, but she said it was spontaneous and incredible, and I actually skipped out on work halfway through the day to go on the date.
Oh, cool. That is cool. You're right.
Yeah. I don't know what that means, so let's just ask her. Becca, what's up? How are you?
I'm good. I just want to know why he's not calling me back.
Yeah, so do I. I want to know about your date.
Me too.
I mean, use the word spontaneous and incredible in your email. What does that mean?
Honestly, it was the most incredible day in my life.
What? In your life? That is a bold statement.
Seriously, it's just the best thing.
Wait, where did you meet this guy? Who is he?
So I was actually on my lunch break, and I was at Starbucks.
Okay.
And
all right, nice frappuccino halfway through the day, give you a sugar rush and then a sugar crash in the afternoon. That's cool.
Thanks for the analysis.
Yeah, so there was this good-looking guy. He was so good-looking in a suit. And he came up to me, and he was so personable. And we were talking. It was a great conversation, but I thought I had to get back to the office.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I didn't really want to go back. He was just wow. He was wow. So after talking for a few minutes, I just decided that's it. I'm not going back. This guy is really cool. There's something about him.
So when he approached you to talk to you, was he trying to get you to hang out longer, or did you just assume all this? Because the way you're telling the story, it's like he just started talking, you're like, well, I'm calling into work. Now I'm going to follow this guy around all day.
No, it didn't happen like that. What happened was we were talking, and he asked me to lunch. And I wanted to go. I wanted to do something for myself for once.
All right. Okay. So you just called your boss, or you just didn't show back up, or?
Yeah, I called in sick.
Called in sick at lunchtime.
It's weird, because they saw you in the morning at work, and then you called in sick at lunch and left.
I mean, I could have got food poisoning for all they know. That's the only thing I could come up with.
So wait,
That's true.
Yeah, but how did lunch turn into the best day of your life?
Okay, well, pretty much. We went to lunch together, and then afterwards we walked around a park. So it was really romantic already at that
Wow,
point.
it does sound pretty crazy. Lunch and a walk through the park. Becca, your life, man. I don't know how you do it.
No, guys, it gets better. Just hold on.
Okay.
You guys sat in a bench, too.
Yeah.
Watch some birds or something.
Slow down, Jubal. Don't ruin her story, okay?
Sorry.
No. Okay, listen. So he whispers in my ear. He goes, "Do you want to do something crazy right now?" And I'm like, "What? Crazy? What does that mean?" And he takes me to a pet store and buys me a puppy.
No
What?
way.
What?
Wait, did you want a puppy?
Who doesn't want a puppy?
That's
Duh!
true.
People
I
who don't
suppose.
want to take care of a puppy. That's a lot of responsibility.
I don't know. At that point, I wasn't even thinking about taking care of it. I was just like, this is the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me on a date, but I like it so much.
But that's like possibly a 15-year commitment with a guy that you just met during your lunch break.
Yeah.
It was just the moment. I was feeling it in that moment. I just wanted to go for it.
All right. So did you guys pick out a puppy together?
Yes, we did. Yeah, it was so cute. And we named it Sprinkles. That was my name, obviously.
Oh,
and
So then what happened? You get the puppy and then what?
So afterwards, we brought Sprinkles to my place, and we were lying on the floor playing with her. She was so fun to play with, and we had an amazing night.
Uh-huh.
And then some things happened.
Oh, looks like you're still glowing, girlfriend.
Oh, such a good night, let me tell you.
What happened? What happened?
Jubal.
Then they take the puppy out to let it go pee.
Becca, what happened? I'm confused.
No, don't ask.
Jubal, you know what happened.
I don't. You said some things. That could be a lot of stuff that
Okay.
happened. I'm totally confused.
So wait, did he stay the night?
Yes, and the next morning when I woke up, he wasn't there, but I found a note on the counter.
Okay.
So the note said, "I had an amazing time. Sorry I had to take the puppy home with me. I can't wait to see you again. Love, Ricky."
Whoa, he actually said love at the end of it.
Jubal just got hives, just you even saying it.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I know, it's crazy, right?
Yeah, that's even worse than getting a puppy for somebody right when you meet him.
Oh my God. It's not like he said, "I love you." He just, which is still nice, but it's not exactly dropping the L-bomb.
Yeah. It's like, it's okay, he had to go, but the note was really sweet.
Uh-huh.
And I've been calling him because I want to see Sprinkles, but he hasn't been picking up, and honestly, I'm just worried about him. I don't know what's going on. I know he has a job where he has to travel a lot, so he might not be at his phone, but I just want to talk to him. I just want to hear his voice again.
Okay, wow. How many times have you tried to get a hold of him?
At least 10 times now.
Whoa.
I try not to call, too many times in a row, but I miss him a lot. So hopefully you guys can get him on the phone.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll play a song, come back, call him, and see if we can get a second date update from this dude and the puppy.
Okay, great.
All right? I'll do it right after this. Hang on.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
How much is that doggy in the window? The one with the
How much is that doggy? I wonder how much that doggy did cost. And I wonder where that doggy is now. Probably with no parents at all.
No, don't say that.
Right in the middle of your second date update. Why is that song playing? Because Becca is on the phone, and today she wants to call a dude named Ricky. Ricky has her puppy. And he also has her heart. She was out on a lunch break at Starbucks one day, and then Ricky walked in, a vision of loveliness, and started chatting her up. And then he convinced her to call in sick to work the rest of the day. She did it. And while they were out hanging out, getting lunch, walking through the park, they actually went and bought a puppy together.
Oh my God.
And then ended up spending the night together. He was gone in the morning. So was the puppy. And she doesn't know why he won't answer her phone calls.
Oh my gosh, Becca, how are you feeling right now?
I'm a little bit nervous, but I know our date was such an amazing time. And honestly, I just hope everything's all right with him.
Okay, so you think that there's a reasonable explanation, and it's obviously that he was hit by a bus.
Definitely.
Okay.
All right, well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can get him on the phone, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Ricky, please?
This is Ricky.
Hey, Ricky, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
This is what?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
What is that?
The radio or the radio show? Because the radio is a device that you can listen to a lot of things on. Music programs.
I know what a radio is. Why are you calling me?
Oh, I'm calling you today because one of our listeners emailed us about you. Somebody that you know very well.
Okay.
I mean, you have a puppy with her. You should know who it is.
Why are you asking all these questions?
Well, I'm asking you because we do a segment on our show called The Second Date Update. So you recently went out with Becca.
Okay. Yeah, Becca. All right.
Okay, that sounds funny to you. I don't know why. And she emailed us because she said she's been trying to get a hold of you since you guys hung out all day. You bought a puppy together. You spent the night together, and then you were gone. And she doesn't know why you're not calling her back.
Okay, and now you just want to talk about this.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah, pretty much.
You're not. She doesn't know. She doesn't know what's happening. She thought that, I don't know, that something maybe bad happened to you.
She wants to know why you're not calling her back.
Well, I mean, does that even matter?
Of course
I
it
think
matters.
to her, it matters for sure. You guys, you bought a puppy together.
All right, I mean, that's my thing. What do you want me to say?
What do you mean it's your thing? You stayed the night and you wrote her a note that said, "Love Ricky."
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of guy I am. You know, you might get a puppy. You're probably going to get a puppy.
Huh?
Wait a second.
What?
I don't, all right, I mean, if you got to know, I like to buy girls puppies.
Wait a minute, though. That doesn't make any sense. You kept the puppy. Do you have 80 puppies at your house?
I don't know. It's my move. It's my thing. You want me to talk about it? I mean, what? You never heard of something like this?
No, I've never heard of a dude that just meets women and buys them puppies.
Of course you didn't, because it's what I do.
Okay, wait.
Okay, well, what do you do with the puppy afterwards, though? That's the question. She told us that you spent the night, and then you were gone, and so was the puppy.
Yeah, I have this arrangement with my friend. He works at a pet store, and if he sees me walk in with a girl at the pet store, he knows that there's a particular puppy, and I give her the puppy. Works every time.
Wait, I don't get it. Works for what?
You want to pick up a girl, you give her a puppy.
It's true, I guess.
But it doesn't make any sense. You were already out to lunch with a girl before you bought the puppy. I mean, you already picked her up.
It's a first date move, though. You're going to seal the deal if you give her a puppy. It works like a charm, honestly. They love it.
So wait, you're trying to get off of puppies?
I'm not trying to. I do.
Yeah, I mean, we only know one person that's come in contact with you, and it worked with them.
It always works.
Oh, my
Dude!
Okay.
That is evil! You are using puppies!
What? I mean, dudes walk dogs, and they get to meet girls when they're walking the dog. I mean, I just give them the dog. I'm cutting out the walking part.
What happens to the puppy, though?
In the morning, I bring the dog back. I bring the dog back to the pet store. Yeah, my friend takes it back.
Oh, my gosh.
What, am I going to take care of this thing? You're crazy. Bring it back.
But Ricky, do you understand what you're doing? You're doing more than just getting laid. You are roping these women into believing that you want to have a future with them.
Whatever. If we went out to dinner, am I making a commitment to eat dinner with you for the rest of my life?
No, but you're not taking care of dinner for the rest of your life together it's joint custody of a puppy.
Come on, if you believe that we're going to have a whole life together just because I gave you a puppy. I mean, honestly, that's really stupid.
Oh my God, now you're calling her dumb?
I mean, come on. You just meet this guy, and the first day you're making plans for the rest of your life based on a puppy. I mean, you have to be a moron.
Dude,
Whoa, Ricky, after that, I would like to tell you that somebody wants to talk to you because Becca is on the other line, and she just heard everything you said.
Ricky, are you kidding me? Is that true, everything you just said right now?
Wait, what? What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Ricky, stop playing stupid. I just heard everything you said to these guys.
Wait, what exactly did you hear?
I heard that you buy puppies to get girls into bed with you.
No, that's not exactly what I said. So
What? That sounds like it was exactly what you said, Ricky.
Ricky, you cannot backpedal on this, man.
No, I think you just missed something or whatever. I mean, yeah, I buy girls puppies, but those just stuffed animals. I bought you a real puppy, You're the only one, honestly. You're the only one I've met that's special enough that I wanted to get a real puppy for. You know.
Freaking liar,
Ricky.
No, I'm
Ricky,
serious.
I don't think
those other
so.
girls, like they just get, you know, a little teeny stuffed dog or whatever. It's nothing. They meant nothing to me.
That's bull. I just heard you say that you have a friend at a pet store and he gives you a puppy to give to girls.
No. I said that my friend's at the pet store, but I had to get the dog, you know, its shots. That's
Oh,
why I
really,
took
Ricky?
The dog back to him.
So if she went back to that same pet store where you got the puppy to begin with, that same puppy wouldn't be at the pet store right now?
Yeah, no, it's getting its shots. Yeah, and she, you know, so I can have. Why don't we go out? Let's go out Friday, and I'll bring the puppy.
Ricky,
You know, it should have all the shots by then.
Come on, man. Be honest.
I'm being honest.
No, you're not, Ricky. I literally just heard you say that anybody who believes you is a total moron.
No. I mean, that was the other girls. Like, you're not that. You're special. That's why I got you a real dog. I'm not lying. You're just, like, misunderstanding what's happening.
Gosh, Ricky.
When we were having lunch, and I don't know, just, do you remember the conversation we were having, the way we were vibing, the way we were talking about, like, I don't know, you know, like, we have this chemistry, you have to admit. There's just something between us.
Mm-mm.
You know, that's what I was trying to say. Like, and that's why I bought you the dog. Like, it's an instant connection, and I just wanted to give you a dog. So, you know.
Look, I don't know if I believe you.
What do you mean you don't know?
You don't know. Did you hear everything Ricky said, Becca?
I don't know. I mean,
Becca, just listen to me. Like, I don't know exactly what I said before. Like, I was getting a little flustered, like, maybe on the radio, and things are getting confused. Like, if anything came off, like, the wrong way, like, I'm sorry. I know things can get misconstrued. Like, I'm trying to tell you something. You know, I'm trying to tell you how much I care about you. So
shut up.
You know,
He's good.
Dude.
let's just try to like move past this, and you know, like I said, let's get together Friday, and I'll take you out to dinner.
Gross.
I just want to make sure that you're not lying to me.
No, Becca, he is lying to you. He's a con artist. Do not listen to him right now. I know you want to be in love, girl. I know you want that whole day to be true and the puppy love and all
Becca,
that stuff. It's
don't
not.
listen to them. Becca, don't listen to them. I'll see you Friday. I'll pick you up, and then we can go get Sprinkles. And like, you know Sprinkles' face when she sees you, like she's gonna freak out. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that does sound kind of nice.
Oh my God, my head is gonna explode.
Yeah, it'll be nice. Like I said, she's getting her shots, and you know she's gonna be so excited to see her mommy. So it'll be fun.
Gross, dude.
Oh my God. All
You
right,
are
well,
so gross, Ricky.
let me officially ask, Ricky, would you like to go out on a second date with Becca? We will pay for it.
We're gonna pay. No way.
Yeah, of course. I mean, let's just go one more time, and I can prove to you that I'm a good guy and that I really care about you.
Gross.
We did have an amazing time on that date.
I know, we did.
Oh, God.
All right.
You are the most
Well-
beautiful woman on the planet.
I guess it's a successful second date update. Congratulations, Becca. You got a second date with Ricky.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Which
Becca-
actually I think is a pretty impressive feat. It doesn't sound like a lot of girls get another shot with Ricky.
Oh my God, I'm so excited, guys. I really am.
All right, well,
Yes, is-
you guys have fun. And I guess, Ricky, the next thing for you to do is get on the phone with your friend and make sure that Sprinkles is still there.
Yeah.
Sprinkles is there.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Everybody is outraged on the text message board at 78592 about today's second date update. Listen, we could spend a long time talking about it, but let's just break it down really quick. Everybody listening and everybody in studio knows that Ricky, the dude that Becca wanted to call for the second date update, is a liar.
Yes,
a manipulative liar.
Yeah. He got her a puppy on their first date, but he only did it because he has a friend that works at a pet shop and he gives girls puppies and then ends up leaving and taking the puppy back to the store after he hooks up with them. But Becca still believed him that that was actually the puppy that they got together. And it was just getting some shots when really he took the puppy back just so he could probably get one last go with Becca.
Is it really that hard for men to get some? Because I know plenty of women that are ready and like want
You
some
do?
themselves. Like, why can't he just? Yeah, absolutely.
Intro, please. Hello. Where's
Plenty of ladies
I've met
out
your
there that just
friends
want
and-
one night. Are you kidding me?
Anyway, everybody knows this dude is a liar. Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we'll call the person who didn't call you back.
MOViN 92.5.
Second date update is Brooke and Jubal in the morning. And today's second date update, some guys pick up women using a clever pickup line. Others buy them a drink. My go-to move is to weep loudly into their lap until they agree to date me. Well, one of our listeners got a girl's phone number in a different way. It's 100% thanks to his unique job, and you'll find out what it is in your second date update right now.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I don't know what the end result of today's second date update will be, but I do know that because of this second date update, I found a new way to party, and that's with puppies.
Oh.
That's right.
I want a puppy party.
Yeah.
Apparently, the dude on the phone, his name is Michael, hosts puppy parties.
Cool.
I don't even know exactly what that entails. I mean, I'm guessing it involves puppies and parties. What's up, Michael? How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Yeah,
Good.
this isn't one of those weird things where everybody pretends to be dogs and like cuddles together and stuff, right?
No, not furries. What are they called?
Furries, yeah. Oh, that's what I thought it was. Never mind then. I'm not interested. Not interested, Michael. Yeah, your email says that you work for a party company that rents puppies for parties.
That is correct.
That's so
Wow.
cool.
Oh my god, it's so cool. Is it inhumane to rent a puppy for a party?
I don't think so. You play with them and feed them and love them?
Oh yeah, no, puppies are fun. You know, everybody loves puppies. It's the best job ever. If you had my job, you'd be the happiest person on earth.
That's probably true.
And apparently you met the girl you want to call today at one of your puppy parties?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
What's her name?
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline, all right. And how did you meet her at one of these parties?
So I did a children's birthday party, and she was the aunt of one of the kids. And she was like, you know, playing with one of the dogs, and I came up to her because obviously it's like a really easy way to meet women. You
Right.
just, like,
I'm thinking that you get hit on all the time. Like you're the puppy party guy. Like
yeah. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, hey, we hit it off.
You're like, you know how these things mate, right?
no, gross. They're puppies. Jubal, that's like talking about children that way. What is wrong with you?
I was just meaning dogs in general.
Please.
Anyway.
We hit it off, you know, right away. And before she left, I made sure I asked her on a date. And she said yes. And for the date, though, I thought I'd do coffee. I don't know why. I just thought, you know, it would lead to something else.
No, wait, hold up. Coffee never leads to anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought the way the conversation went, it just led to that. And I was like, let's do coffee. She agreed. I was happy. And then when we met for coffee, the first thing she said was, ooh, did you bring any puppies?
Yeah, it's hard to go from a puppy party to a coffee date, you know? It's a big letdown.
Yeah, so I said no, and she immediately seemed really, really disappointed.
What? Wait, she like honestly thought that you were going to bring puppies to your date?
I don't know. I thought maybe I'd bring one or something, and it's
like you have puppies on you at all times.
But I didn't, and I immediately felt it wasn't as natural as it was when I was at the puppy party.
Oh no!
And I said things like, you know, gosh, I can't remember the last time I was at a Starbucks, or I felt it getting really weird, and even by the end of this date, I kind of felt real desperate, and I challenged her to a thumb war.
What? Like thumb wrestling?
Yeah, no, it's getting worse. Wow. It doesn't get too much worse, but she said no thanks. So like I didn't know really what to do, and it just kept getting worse, and there was more awkward silences, and I didn't feel any chemistry by the end of it.
So why do you want to call her back if you didn't feel any chemistry?
I just feel like, honestly, at the party we had great chemistry, and I feel like she didn't really get to meet the guy that she met at the party. So I feel like there's something there, and I want to find that. I want to get back to where we were at the party and kind of like get rid of this section, the coffee section.
Maybe you need to bring puppies with you everywhere, like she thought. Maybe that would help.
Yeah, no, I would do that, but honestly, I'd probably end up letting her down by the 10th day when I don't have any puppies, you know?
Right.
Just keep trading in, puppies once they get too old and not cute anymore, and just always have a puppy with you for your entire relationship.
Yeah, be like, this one doesn't get old.
That's weird. So how did it all end? Did you guys make any plans?
She said one of those, like, yeah, we'll get together again.
Thumb wrestle at a coffee shop another time, for sure.
Yeah, I don't always bomb like this, but she's really cute, and I just want to tell her, I don't always take people on Starbucks. I don't know why we went to the coffee shop. I don't always thumb war people on a first date.
That's the main message.
It obviously went really horrible, and I just think it would be best for both of us if we had like a do-over date.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
You want a mulligan on this one?
Yeah.
All right, so have you talked to her at all since your date?
I texted her. She kind of got back to me, but late, like a day later or something, and then I texted again. But I knew the way she was responding that I'm not going to be the creeper that keeps texting her.
Okay.
Good job. Hey, I applaud you for your self-control there.
Yeah, don't want to be too thirsty.
I have more puppies. Over and over again.
Okay, well, we'll play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date update, all right?
All right, great.
Okay, man, hang on.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Everybody has their go-to move when a conversation gets awkward. And apparently Michael, who's on the phone to do a second date update today, his move is thumb wrestling. Can be very interesting in conversations, but if you're just joining us, Michael went out with a girl named Jacqueline. He actually met her because he works for a company that throws puppy parties. It's where you bring a bunch of puppies to a party and people get to hang out with the puppies, and then you take them home and throw them wherever you keep them. I don't know where you keep puppies, but he met her at one of these puppy parties. They struck up a conversation, and then they met for coffee, and he said it was so awkward. He was trying to start a conversation, and then he eventually asked her to thumb wrestle. She said no, and the date kind of ended, and he hasn't really heard from her since. All right, Michael, are you ready to call her?
Yes, I am.
Are you sure, Michael? Because a woman who wouldn't take you up on thumb wrestling doesn't sound like a keeper to me anyway.
I don't know. Maybe it was an off day for both of us. She wasn't,
Yeah, you're right. Maybe her thumb was tired.
Yeah.
Maybe she wasn't up for the challenge.
And we really hit it off the first time, so it's just kind of odd that the second time was like the complete polar opposite of what happened.
What are you going to do if the conversation gets awkward on the phone? Thumb wrestle yourself?
Who are you going to wrestle?
I'm going to pull out a puppy and FaceTime her.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Jacqueline?
This is Jacqueline. Who's this?
Hey, Jacqueline, how are you? This is Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
What?
Yeah. How are you?
Why are you calling me?
Well, I'm calling you today because one of our listeners emailed us about you.
Okay.
Any idea why somebody would email us about you?
I'm not really sure.
Okay. Well, we do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. So this dude named Michael, who throws puppy parties, emailed us about you.
Oh, jeez.
That wasn't that was, you did a happy laugh in the beginning, and now that sounded like you're disappointed a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a little, this is just really weird.
It is weird.
Yeah, my whole experience with Michael was not something I really want to remember.
Was it that bad, really? He told us how he met you, and then he told us you guys went out for coffee. He did say that coffee was kind of awkward, though.
Yeah, definitely awkward. Look, I don't want to come across as like a bad person here, so I have to I don't really know what to say exactly. I should probably just let you go because I don't want to talk bad about him.
Well, we want you to talk bad about him.
I think he totally owned how horrible he was on that date when we talked to him. Like he wants a redo because he knows that he was awkward.
Let's just say he wasn't as cute by himself as he was when I saw him with a dog.
What? That sounds terrible.
Yeah,
So
I understand
he only
that.
looks good when he's around puppies? Is that what you're saying?
It's like when you go to a bar and you meet someone in the dark and you think they look great, and then when you see them the next day in the light, you're like, that was a bad decision on my part.
Hey, no, she was intoxicated by puppies. People make bad choices sometimes when puppies are around. I can see how that would happen.
Yeah, I must have had my puppy goggles on or something.
Oh, yeah. I can see how that could get you. Was he really that different without a puppy next to him?
He still
smelled like dogs, which was a turn off, definitely. But yeah, he was different. He told me he didn't even own a dog, which is like, what? Is he even a dog lover? It really had me thinking, like, what did I get myself into? Like, who is this guy?
Oh my gosh, calm down. I mean, there's lots of people who are teachers of children that don't have children. Like, you can still love dogs without owning one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it made me feel like he's just working at this job to pick up girls. I honestly didn't believe that he liked dogs even at that very moment because he was being so awkward. And then I heard that, and I was like, no. What am I doing here with this guy?
So you feel like he's using puppies to get dates, and that's it?
That's how I felt, honestly. And then he offered to thumb wrestle me, and I was like, no, I have to leave.
That's surprising. Usually thumb wrestling, really, people love that.
I just think he was maybe nervous to meet you. I mean, he sounds like kind of an awkward guy. I feel like maybe you wrote him off in the very beginning and you just never gave him enough of a shot, No,
I did. I mean, I came into the date very optimistic because I love dogs. He seemed like a great guy. He was really cute when I met him. And then I don't know, I guess I was mistaken.
Well, he turned out to be an ugly dog hater is what it sounds like from you.
I guess so, but if you talk to him, just tell him, I'm sorry it didn't work out.
Okay. Well, you actually kind of already told him because he's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Yeah, he's on the other line listening. You there, Michael?
Oh, I'm here. Hey, Jacqueline.
Hi.
Yeah, I kind of heard everything you said. I can't believe you felt that way. I sure, I don't know about the whole smelling like a dog thing. I might not have had time to shower before I got to the date, so that could possibly be why I kind of still smelled a little bit like a dog.
Oh.
So I don't know,
Yeah, I mean, you did smell like a dog. I tried to put that, past us and just not think about that the whole time, but really everything, thumb wrestling, what was that?
I mean, that was because I was so excited to see you. I didn't get any sleep the night before. I was acting awkward, and that's why I was stepping up to them about that. I was really excited to see you, so it was awkward because I didn't sleep.
Yeah, but that's how you show someone you're excited to spend time with them, is just thumb wrestle. We could have done anything but that.
No, that was... On another note, I find it rude that you're judging me on what animal I was holding in my job. You're saying that I looked better with a dog in my hands. I don't know. Maybe you looked better with the dog in your hand, too.
Ooh, you just switched to angry for a second there.
Yeah, I'm kind of angry a little bit about it because she's judging me on the way I look, and that's the one thing I can't really change about myself. So
actually, you can, because when you had a puppy, you looked a lot cuter.
Doesn't everybody look better with a puppy in their hands? I mean, seriously.
I don't know about everybody, but you definitely do.
Jacqueline!
These are low blows.
That's actually, you're being just kind of mean right now.
I'm telling him the truth. What?
Yeah, well,
That's how I felt.
I also work with dogs, and you said that because I don't have a dog or something that I'm just using my job to pick up girls. That's the furthest thing from the truth. I work with dogs. I can't just bring my work home with me,
Yeah, but how am I supposed to know that you're telling the truth, though? You could definitely get a dog on the side if you really love them when you're not at work. You can play with it.
I mean, the thing is, Jacqueline, haven't you ever had a bad date where you messed up and you wanted a redo?
No.
Well, you're apparently very good at dating.
Yeah.
But okay, then. Michael isn't, and Michael would like to go out with you again. Jacqueline, would you like to go on a second date with Michael? We'll pay for it.
How about this? How about the next time? Let's say we go on another date, and I just bring some puppies with me, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy. You just meet up and just get to know each other a little bit more like the way we did at the party.
Wait, that's an interesting idea. I'll have to think about it, I guess, because I do get to see puppies again, and hopefully this time you'll shower before we meet up.
So is that a yes if he brings along puppies and showers?
Well, I'm not saying yes to a date necessarily. It's more like I'm saying yes to a meetup with some puppies that I don't have to pay to see.
Michael, don't do this. Have some self-respect. She's using you for the puppies, man.
I don't know. I don't see this being too bad that she's using me to see puppies, because I'm kind of using the puppies to get a second date. And, puppies are awesome, and, nothing can go wrong with some puppies around, right?
Okay. Michael, I just want to correct you that it's not a date. We're all going to be hanging out with puppies, and I'm not paying for it.
Oh, my God.
If that works for you, then that's great. Let's do it.
Okay, that's fine. I have a few parties coming up where, obviously I have puppies there, and I'll bring them over, and we'll see where it goes from there.
So, I guess congratulations, Michael. You kind of got a second chance to hang out at least.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's a good chance for us to, reconnect and continue where we left off before it got awkward at the coffee shop.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And the poor puppies that are caught in the middle of this whole thing
man.
have no idea.
Amen to that.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 says, I feel like your show is either desperate guys that get run over or guys that are really mean and defensive. You mean people?
Yeah.
We're talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, Michael wanted to call this girl named Jacqueline. They met while he was working his job. He works at a company that does puppy parties. You can rent out a bunch of puppies for a party, I guess. Mm-hmm. They hit it off and decided to go out again later, but things got awkward. Jacqueline seemed to be acting differently when they were on their date, and we got her on the phone, and she admitted that when she met up with Michael again, he just didn't seem as cute without the puppies. She described it as being similar to like meeting somebody when you're drunk or whatever out at a bar, and then you see him in person, you're like, oh, yeah, never mind.
I was pretty drunk.
Also, Jacqueline was upset because Michael didn't have a dog, but he claimed to be a dog lover, and that made her upset.
You expect him to have a puppy everywhere he goes?
Here's the thing that someone brought up on the text board, which I think is very valid. She complained about how he smelled of dogs. If she was a true dog lover,
she would like it, maybe.
She would like it.
In the end, she reluctantly agreed to a second date, but only if he brought along some puppies, and he agreed to it.
It's a puppy date.
I can't believe he agreed to it. She's like, it's not a date. I'm just using you for free puppies.
And he's like, okay.
I know.
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Today's second date update is a little bit different from the ones that we normally do because the guy on the phone today says that he didn't meet the girl he wants to call online.
Whoa.
Weird. I know.
Where else
He
would you
says
meet?
that they met at a shopping mall in person, which can only mean one thing.
Yeah.
His name's Adam, and I'm assuming Adam is a time traveler from 1994. Hello, Adam.
Hi.
Wow, he's calling from the past or the future. I'm not sure which way that works.
You actually met a girl in real life, huh?
Yeah, I went to the mall.
What's a mall?
Okay.
You mean Amazon?
Yeah. You logged on to Amazon and then she showed up in your house? How'd it work?
I wish it were that easy, but, I don't like online shopping. I like to go there and, see what I'm going to get in person. But...
It is nice. I will say I did it recently. Like, touching things before you buy them is really nice.
On.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I guess the same goes with dating.
See, it all makes sense.
Uh-huh.
So, it was my mom's birthday, so I wanted to get her something nice. So I went to one of those, fancier, high-end stores. I wanted
Victoria's Secret?
No, gross. Jubal.
It's not like that.
Oh.
We don't have that kind of relationship.
All right.
So I wanted to spend some money, get her something really nice. I was looking at these bags, and I don't know what to get her, So there was a woman nearby, and I asked her, as I was looking at the bag, would an older woman like this?
Was she an older woman?
It kind of came out sounding wrong, I guess, because immediately she said, "Are you calling me an older woman?"
That's what I thought too.
Yeah. So I said the wrong thing. No. I'm just shopping for my mom, I told her. So
it's actually really cute.
And you look like a baller because it's all high-end stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's what I was thinking. So anyway, she's like, okay, as long as you're A, not calling me old, and B, you're not trying to pick me up. Which crossed my mind.
It sounds like you were trying to pick her up.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
I also really needed help. I wasn't sure what to get her. I don't usually buy these types of things.
So at what point did you move from, I hope you're not trying to pick me up, to asking for her number and taking her out?
For sure, yeah. So she did. She helped me out. She helped me pick out a nice bag. I found out her name was Penny. And at the end there, I said, look, if my mom has any complaints, can I have your phone number so that I can reach out to you? And
nice. Very smooth.
Nice.
Right?
And she didn't
And
know
obviously
what you were
worked,
talking
right?
about. Yeah.
I mean, look, it sounds corny, but she thought it was funny, and I got her number.
So whatever.
Boy.
Okay, you changed your mind from the beginning to the end of your interaction.
So I got her number. We met up about a week later. We went to dinner. It was great. We were laughing. We had a good conversation.
Good.
Everything was fine.
And then, I always feel like you say that, and then you're like, and then,
but
what happened?
I mean, like I said, everything was fine. But at the end, it came time to pay.
Uh-huh.
She threw down her credit card first. I was going to pay. This was my thought the whole time. I'm going to pay. That's just what I think I should do. So I just threw mine down on top of it, and we ended up splitting the bill.
Okay. You feel like that's a bad move or something?
Well, I don't know. I mean, some people are more old-fashioned. They think the guy should pay on the first date, but I think a lot of people are going Dutch nowadays, too. So I didn't think it was a big deal. I told her, hey, I got the tip. So I paid for the tip. But then, I haven't heard from her. So I'm wondering if this whole thing of me not paying, was a strike against me.
How did you end things with her, though? Did you get a kiss or a hug?
I did get a kiss, nothing crazy. I got a small kiss at the end when I dropped her off. So again, that's leading me to believe, hey, this was a good date. It went well.
Yeah, totally. I don't think there's anything bad about that. And the whole paying thing, she's the one that threw down her card.
That's true.
Yeah, and I wasn't going to throw her card back at her and say no, I'm paying. I didn't want to be rude. So I thought it all worked out.
Has she responded to you at all?
No, but that's the thing. No, I haven't heard from her.
I mean, how long has it been?
It's been a couple weeks.
Wow.
It's a while, man.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a little too long, even if she was trying to get some space, not to seem,
eager. There's usually a couple days you wait, not weeks or whatever.
She's playing really hard.
How many times have you tried to get a hold of her?
Let's see. I texted her a couple times and I called once, and then, I feel like if I did any more, I was going to get sounding stalkery. So
yeah, that's solid.
You sound so normal and respectful and lovely. I mean, maybe it is that she, I don't know, had another relationship on the side or...
Maybe, like I said, I just met her at a shopping mall, so I have no idea what's really going on.
Yeah, I'd have a lot of questions about her, too. All right, well, we'll play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date update, all right?
Sounds good.
Yeah, man. Hang on.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in to today's second date update, Adam is on the phone and he wants to call a girl named Penny. They actually met at the mall. He was shopping, trying to get his mom a gift, and she was in the same store. He struck up a conversation, trying to ask, do you think this purse is nice for an older woman? And then Penny got offended real quick, thought that he was calling her an older woman. But long story short, he ended up asking for a number, and they went out to dinner. He said everything was fine. The only thing he thinks that could have gone wrong is that they split the bill at the end, and maybe she wasn't into that. Also, Adam, like we said in the first part of the second date update, you sound like a really nice dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, which means you're probably a serial killer.
God, we're so jaded.
Second date updates tell us anything. Always the nicest sounding people have something really, really wrong. So are you sure you want to give her a call and find out why she's not getting back to you?
We're all going to find out.
I'm totally sure. Look, it's hard to meet somebody nowadays, and especially in real life. I didn't meet her online, and she was super cool. She was really nice. She was actually trying to help me when I was picking out the bag, and it's just rare, I feel like, to meet somebody that nice.
God, you sound so crazy.
I know.
That is
You're
so
creeping me out, Adam. You're creeping me out.
He's just a good guy who went on a good date and he's confused.
All right, I'm going to dial her phone number right now. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Penny, please?
This is her.
Hey, Penny, how are you? This is Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I've never heard of that.
Okay. Well, Brooke and Jubal in the Morning is a radio show, and we got an email about you from one of our listeners. That's why I'm calling.
About me?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a radio show you're calling from?
Yes, and one of our listeners emailed us.
Do you guys want money or something? What is this about?
If you want to give money, that'd be great.
I'll
sure,
take it
but
too, but
no.
that's not the point.
Wasn't the reason of the phone call, though. We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, then they can email us to get you on the phone and find out what happened. And we got an email from a dude named Adam that you went out to dinner with.
Adam who? I know a bunch of Adams.
Have you been out on a date with a lot of Adams recently?
Oh, a date.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, I did go on a date with a guy named Adam, but I don't really have any interest in talking to him ever again.
I know, and he knows that too, and that's why we're calling. He emailed us to see if we could call you and find out if he did something wrong.
No, I don't trust him. He's weird. I don't want to talk to him again.
You think he's weird? We talked to him, and honestly, he seems like one of the nicest people I've talked to in a long time.
Well, yeah, it's probably a trick.
You said he's weird? He didn't strike us as weird at all.
Well, no, he seems like he might be a scam artist. Like, he just did some really strange things that just, I don't know. I didn't think I could trust him.
A
How do you
scam
go
artist?
to a
Like,
scam artist?
yeah, like he's trying to steal from you?
I, thought he was funny and nice, and that's why I went on the date with him. Yeah. But when we went to dinner, he was just asking a lot of weird, like, probing questions about my personal life, like things you don't ask the first time you meet somebody. And it was things like that could be used as security question answers.
Wait, what? You think he's like identity theft type of guy?
I think so, yeah. He was asking, like, where I grew up, which is fine, like, that makes sense. But then he wanted to know, like, what specific neighborhood or what street.
That's
and
weird.
It's not like he was like, oh, I grew up in that area too. Did we have the same teachers or whatever? No, it was like weirdly specific, like street name. And
you don't think that maybe, he seemed to have really been excited about going out with you. Like, I could see how you would jump to that conclusion, but maybe he was just nervous and asking really dumb questions.
Well, unless like he was thinking of his own banking security questions when he was asking me about my life, but it was weird. He even asked me about my parents and like my mother and her family and like her maiden name.
Whoa.
I was start off skeptical about the whole street thing, but now the mother's maiden name.
Yeah, that's like what high school mascot did you have?
Yeah,
If he asks for the last four of your social, then definitely a red flag.
What was your first pet?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, we were talking about pets because we were talking about childhood. And I brought up that I had a cat. And he was like, oh, what was your cat's name? I was like, I don't even know if I can remember.
Oh, my God.
You guys,
You don't think it's maybe just a
paranoid,
coincidence?
though? Because that's like a normal question.
Kind of, but not really.
You don't think it's just a coincidence, Penny?
Well, if that was the only one, maybe. But that wasn't the only weird question,
Did he have a notebook and was he taking notes?
Well, no, he didn't have a notebook. Like, that would obviously be too obvious. But he did, at the end when we split the bill, he said he would cover the tip. So he took the booklet that had my credit card in it, and he took like a little while to write. And he said he was calculating the tip. But like if you go out to a restaurant, it shouldn't take that long. Like I think he might have been writing down my credit card number.
Whoa,
really?
That's a slick
Did
move.
you ask him?
No, I mean, I didn't say straight out, did you just write down my credit card number? I just all of a sudden like got this really weird feeling. And after I got back home, kind of thought more about it and made all the connection between all the questions he was asking and the opportunity that he could have had to write down my card.
What?
And got really creeped out and just like deleted his number. And I closed my card too and had them send me a new one.
You actually shut down your card after your date with him?
I did. You never know.
Okay.
Whoa.
Well, you know what else you never know, Penny?
What?
You never know who's listening because Adam is actually on the other line listening right now. I think.
Gosh.
Either that or he's
I'm
left
here.
because
I'm here, guys.
you are here.
Yeah.
Are you an identity thief?
Did you
this is
actually
Adam.
put him on the phone?
Yeah, sorry about that.
He actually heard all of that?
Yes,
And you
he
didn't
did.
want to tell me that he was listening?
Yeah, I forgot.
I do think it's important for him to know that he's been found out.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm not doing anything, I swear. This is crazy. You really think I'm like some crazy scam artist?
I mean, it sounds like it.
Well, what do you need to know my mother's maiden name for?
Look, Penny, this is ridiculous. So I can't ask you any specific questions, like while we're on a date and I'm trying to get to know you. I can't ask you the street you grew up on. I can't ask you your mom's maiden name. Penny, what can I ask you? Like, what's not off limits to you? Like, what can I ask?
It's not just the questions you're asking. It's how you ask them. And it creeped me out.
I just can't believe you would think I went through all of this just to get your credit card number and scam you. I mean, that's totally insane. Like, what? Come on.
Totally. I mean, I'm sure it happens all the time. It's like, I mean, my card's been compromised several times.
Look, I'm sorry if your identity got stolen, or your credit card number got stolen before, but that's not what I was doing. I liked you. I really liked you. I just wanted to get to know you. I just wanted to have a good date and have a good time with you. I mean, come on.
I think we need to slow down, though. Think about it. Like, if he was actually stealing your identity, would he call us to get you back on the phone? Wouldn't he just take your identity and run? Why would he want to get a hold of you?
Exactly. I was trying to call you for weeks and get a second date, and like not just your credit card number. Like what? Come on, man.
Maybe you needed more information. Maybe the plot was bigger than you thought. Maybe you were going to try and get other accounts. Like, I don't know. You don't know how big.
Oh my God, you sound paranoid. Like if I was some sort of scam artist, like people steal credit card numbers online, not like take somebody out for a date.
Oh, how do you know? How do you know that, Adam? Huh?
That's how they do it, or they like steal it from a gas station, right? They put like one of those swipey
really?
things.
Yeah, tell us more about it, Adam.
You guys.
How do you do it normally?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Can I comment on something you said? I took a long time to fill out the tip part of the credit card slip. I wasn't writing down your credit card number. I'm just not good at math, okay? And like I was trying to figure out, is it 20% based on the pre-tax or with the tax? It just took me a while.
Do you like never go out to eat?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't.
Come on.
I'm sorry, guys. I just don't.
Adam,
I was
mean,
nervous.
It's been a couple weeks, and I haven't been dying for a second date, so I just.
You were blowing it way out of proportion. You gotta give me one more chance.
Penny, give him a chance.
She's really thought about this.
Yeah.
You guys are so persistent. So now, Adam, if you have gotten the radio station now to like help you in your quest to get me back so that you can get more of my personal information, like they're liable too.
Yeah, if you actually steal our identity, somehow we're an accomplice.
And why would he go on? Think about that. You just said it. He's public right now. If he was a scam artist, he wouldn't be going public with all this stuff.
He's just really trying to sell it.
Oh my God.
I mean, and it's not like the radio knows his last name, you know?
That's true. Penny, at first I thought you were incredibly paranoid. Now I believe you 100%. Adam.
If that's your name.
Yeah, I can't trust you. Hey, I guess I still have to ask. I think I know the answer, but I'm going to throw it out there. Penny, would you like to go on a second date with Adam? We'll pay for it.
No.
Okay.
Absolutely
Oh, come on.
So no chance at another date, Penny. That's what you're saying?
No.
All right. Well, I'm sorry, Adam. I'm sorry it didn't work out for you.
Well, what else can I do? Maybe I'll see you around. Maybe I'll see you at the mall again and I'll say hi.
Don't.
One thing I was thinking about, though, Penny, when we were on the date, you did mention that you had a cat growing up, but you never did tell me that cat's name. Could I get the name of the cat?
Get the name.
Yeah, I don't think so. And that's not
I'm
my
kidding.
question.
Come on.
Brooke and Jubal.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The woman on the phone to do a second date update today officially has an idea for the craziest second date I've ever heard.
Really?
What?
And that's all she wants from the dude that she wants to call is one more date.
Really?
Okay.
That's it.
Wow.
Her name is Virginia. What's up, Virginia? How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. Your email was very, very interesting.
Yeah.
I can't tell if you're doing like good crazy or bad crazy right now.
I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but I know what I want.
Okay.
All right, well-
I mean, I can appreciate that in a woman.
We'll talk about what you want in just a second. But first of all, tell us about the guy that you want to call.
Okay. His name is Jordan. We went volunteering at a community outreach event.
Okay.
And he was like so nice and obviously very community minded. And honestly, he was physically everything I am looking for.
Okay, so he's got a good heart and a good bod.
Yeah, he has got beautiful blue eyes, brown hair, and he's like 6'2", and really like physically well built.
You sure you're not describing me?
Uh,
Wow. Did we go on a date, Virginia? I don't remember going on a date with you at all.
No, I said he's 6'2", not 2'6".
So she has
Okay.
seen a picture of you.
I heard it wrong. Sorry. So you thought he was hot?
Yeah, he was just like the full total package.
Okay, and were you hitting on him during this volunteer activity?
I would say it was like pretty mutual, and I asked him to go out for coffee.
Awesome.
And we were talking for like 30 or 40 minutes. I would say, we're getting to know each other. All about his family, comes from a great family.
all like the first date small talk was awesome.
Yeah, and like all the things he's saying about himself are like all the boxes you want checked, it sounds
Yeah,
like.
truly, like he checked every single one of my necessary boxes.
Wow.
And I realized pretty quickly that like he's exactly the guy I've been looking for, just not to date.
And that brings us to the most interesting part of your email.
Why would you not want to date him? He's hot, he's nice, he does good things, he's got a good family.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to date him. I want him to actually get me pregnant.
What?
See? I told you guys. So you want to call this guy today, not to ask him out on a second date to like have dinner. You want to call to see if he'll go out again so that he can give you a baby.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, you know, I've been looking to have a baby for a really long time, and, you know, all of my friends have babies, and I'm ready to be a mom, and I'm just not really looking for the relationship.
You
know?
can't just ask someone to get you pregnant.
Why not?
It's true. I mean, you can ask him to do whatever you want. All he has to say is no.
And I will say commendable for asking. Instead of, I mean, there's other ways women can get pregnant without anybody ever knowing, you know?
Yeah, and some girls ask for weirder things. I'm just saying.
I don't know about that.
I had one girl ask if I could open her door sometimes.
Oh.
It would have been way easier with the pregnancy thing. Yeah, so she was a weird girl, though.
You don't want to maybe date him and see if it leads to love and marriage and then eventually babies?
No, I'm not interested. And, you know, I've done my research. I thought about this, and I just feel like this is the right thing to do. Like, I have gone on a lot of dates with guys that I thought could be the one, and they never were, and relationships are messy, and I'm ready for the mess of a baby, not the mess of a relationship. And I just really need your guys' help to help me facilitate it.
Okay,
So did you tell him on your first date? Did you tell him on your first date that you wanted this from him?
No, I didn't.
Okay, because I was going to say that's probably the reason he's not calling you back.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's kind of where I need your guys' help, because, you know, I've left him a couple messages, I've called him, I've texted him, so I can tell him about this. And he's kind of ghosting me, and I'm now kind of at the point where I'm like, okay, you are the one, you know, you're it.
Okay, can I ask you, I mean, you want a baby. It sounds like you've done your due diligence in making sure that that's really where you want to be in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Why not go through a sperm bank and do like the doctor route?
Well, I found doing all of that it is so expensive. And I have a lot of money saved up for when the baby is actually here. I just feel like, why should I pay, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars to try to get pregnant when I can do it for free?
Yeah, and this way is a lot more fun than the doctor route.
Yeah, and like I think he's getting a pretty good deal. He doesn't have to be involved. I don't need his help. I don't need a relationship.
What?
You know?
Yeah, but there's no way. I mean, it's hard for me to believe that any guy is going to believe you when you say that.
Yeah.
I will draw up some paperwork. My mom's a lawyer. I can have her draft up something that will just say he doesn't have to be involved. He doesn't want to, you know? And there you go. I feel like that's the best possible option. You know what I mean? He's getting off pretty much scotch-free. He has a couple of good nights until it's a done deal. And then, you know, if he wants to be involved, he can, but I don't need him to be.
You know, it could take you like a year or more to get pregnant, right?
Yeah, but, you know, that's a risk I'm willing to take.
And plus you said that he's really hot, so I'm sure you don't have a problem. Like, man, I hope this takes like 2 years.
I mean, I really hope it doesn't take 2 years. But honestly, what guy does not like some friends with benefits?
Yeah.
And you know he's single, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and see if we can get a second date update for you so you can get pregnant.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Never thought I'd say something like that. We'll do it right after this. Hold on.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Virginia is on the phone, and Virginia wants to call a guy named Jordan. And who is Jordan? That's right. Jordan might be Virginia's baby daddy someday because she doesn't really want a second date in the traditional meaning of a second date. She wants Jordan to get her pregnant. We talked to her just a second ago. They met at a community outreach thing. They went and had some coffee, and according to her, he was everything that she ever wanted in a man. But she doesn't want a relationship with him. She literally just wants him to get her pregnant. So we're about to call him, find out why he's not calling her back, and then, Virginia, I think I'm going to let you ask him that question, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now and get ready to blow his mind, okay?
Oh, my gosh.
Let's do it.
All right. Good luck to you, Virginia.
Hello?
Hey, is Jordan there?
Speaking.
Jordan, how are you, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Just say that again. Who are you?
Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
It's a radio program. You can hear it on the radio in the morning.
Great.
Cool.
Glad we got that out of the way.
Is there a reason that you're calling me?
You went out on a date with a girl named Virginia a little while ago. Or should I say you had coffee with a girl named Virginia?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Virginia liked you a lot.
Okay.
And so she emailed us because she wanted to see if we could get you on the phone since you aren't answering any of her phone calls or text messages.
Okay.
It's a segment we do on our show called the Second Date Update. That's exactly what it is. If somebody gets blown off, they enlist our help to get you on the phone and find out why. So is there a reason that you don't want to go out with Virginia again?
This is very confusing and very odd, and I don't know if I should be telling you guys anything because I think this is personal. No?
You haven't heard confusing or odd yet. Man, trust me.
What do you mean by that?
Don't worry about it. I know that this can be a very strange thing to do, but is there a reason that you're not calling Virginia back? She liked you a lot, like a lot.
Truthfully?
Yeah.
She's really, really lovely and really nice, and it's just not someone I felt like was a really perfect match. You know what I mean? And I don't know, maybe it's me. I am seeing a few other women right now, and I'm not really looking for anything serious.
Okay.
Okay. You sound like a catch the way she described you.
I don't know about that, but I'm sure I'm sure she's not going to have a problem finding a guy. But she's really, when I say she's lovely, she really is. She's really pretty, but it was a chemistry issue. I don't know what it was, but I think I'm weird like that, to be honest. But I feel bad about it because I know she's called a few times and I haven't called her back. I will admit that. I think I'm just really picky. And unfortunately, I frustrated, I think, many women that way.
Yeah, but it's like, you went on one coffee date. How can you really tell?
It's nothing against her, but I just felt this stronger connection with these other women that I'm seeing. So it's nothing to do with her, really, at the end of the day. So
that's it, huh?
Yeah. I don't know if there's supposed to be something else.
Not really, no. It's just we do these second date updates a lot, and usually somebody's weird on a date or something. It's just kind of boring. You're kind of boring me, Jordan, is what I'm saying.
Well, I don't. I'm not. I think I'm a nice guy, so I'm not gonna. I'm not out to take advantage of people that way. And
good. Yeah, like what Jubal said, boring, rational, logical.
I do feel bad about not calling her, but I don't see a future there. I'm just not interested in going further.
Yeah. What if I told you that she doesn't see much of a future either?
What?
Well, actually, you know what? I feel better letting her explain this part.
Okay, so you want to have her call me, or?
No, she's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
But she's on the phone right now, or she's on the line?
Yeah, she's on the phone listening. Would like to talk to you.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. This is
How are you?
I'm a little confused. I'm sorry if I said anything that was hurtful to you. I certainly don't want you to feel bad about,
I don't feel bad at all. Like, I agree with you. I don't see a future for us either, actually.
Okay. Sorry. I guess I was presuming. So what are you talking about then? Because I don't know why all these people called me. Can you?
Yeah. So I, wanted to talk to you about something. I was just wondering, if we could maybe get together. I have, a pretty important question to ask you. And yeah, I was just wondering if you'd be willing to do that.
I don't know. I think that sounds a little bit like a date, right? And I thought both of us really aren't interested in that.
Okay, fine. You know what? So I have something to ask you, and it's going to sound a little crazy and a little bit weird, but I just want to get it out there. I am wondering if you would get me pregnant.
I'm sorry, say that one more time. What did you just say?
Yeah, I mean, this actually might work out perfectly because we don't have to see each other. We don't have to have a relationship. I just think you check all the boxes for what I want, and I just was wondering if you would get me pregnant. It's a pretty good deal for
you. Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, I think we skipped a couple steps, no?
I mean, you don't have to be involved. I don't need any monetary support from you.
Is this serious? Are you being serious, or is this like some prank or something? Are you serious?
No, I'm dead serious. This is not a prank. This is my real life here.
Oh my God.
Something I really want. And I've gone out with so many different guys, and you were amazing and perfect, and I would be honored if you said yes.
Okay, I can't believe you're actually saying this. Like you really want me to sleep with you once, and we're done. That's it.
Well, enough times to get me pregnant.
That could be a lot of times.
Jordan, she's 100% serious, too. This is not a joke, man.
This is so weird.
Yeah, this is really weird. I don't know. I don't really know how to answer this. And this is a huge question. It's a big deal.
Have you ever thought about having kids or being a sperm donor before?
I've never thought about kids in any way at all. So this is really weird.
That's a bigger question.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it. I am the one that will be taking care of it. You don't even have to be in the picture after it's done. Just do what you do best.
Do what you do best. That's a big vote of confidence for you, Jordan.
Yeah.
Is that what you do best?
I have no comment on that.
Oh my God, there'd be so much pressure going into the bedroom before this. It's like a business deal, but with your clothes off.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm guaranteed to panic in that situation right now.
We'll just treat it like a normal date, and you have a guaranteed good time. It will not feel like a business deal.
Yeah, Jordan, if you go on one more date, you'll know exactly how that thing's going to end.
Yes, 100% success rate.
No strings attached.
Yeah, I don't know if I would call that a date, to be honest with you.
What if I offered you some money? What if I offered you $10,000 before I get pregnant, and then an additional $5,000 when I get pregnant?
Whoa! That's a lot of money.
What about that? Would you do it then? And you know what? Then I'll also have some legal papers drafted up, so you'll have $15,000 and some legal papers that say you don't have anything to do with it. You don't need to be involved at all. How about that?
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I cannot believe this is happening.
Neither could we, dude.
Yeah. I really wish I had coffee.
Hey, Jordan, would you like to go out on a second date with Virginia? You can make $15,000 and try to make a baby after, and we'll pay for dinner too.
Oh, wow, what a
deal. Sounds like a great night to me, Jordan. Would you do it?
Will you pay for college?
Yeah, no kidding.
That's on Virginia. She can do that.
And child support for the rest of your life. Oh, and the therapy.
No, I meant for me.
Yeah. I'm not paying for your therapy, no. But I will pay for dinner so you guys can go out and discuss your transaction further.
I'm happy to hang out and see you and talk. I'm not going to say right now that, yes, I will get you pregnant, but I will certainly say yes to coffee. Can we just start there?
Oh, my God.
Congratulations, Virginia. That sounds like you got a second date.
That's awesome. We can definitely start there.
Oh, my gosh, I wish I could be in that coffee shop and hear what you guys are going to talk about. It'd be so awkward for anyone sitting near you.
Now that I think about it, I will probably need something a little stronger than coffee.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay, dudes. thirsty dudes. You can stop texting in at 78592. I'll get her pregnant for free.
Yeah.
It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, it was shocking. Virginia wanted to call this dude Jordan. Forget the particulars of the date and all that stuff. All she wants him to do is get her pregnant. She said she's willing to pay him, sign paperwork and everything. All she wants is just for his baby to be inside her.
She wants his seed. That's all she wants.
That's all she wants. Somebody texted in at 78592 and said, "No, I had a friend do this. Really? And it's a trap." She said it's not a trap. She just literally went out with this guy, and she's been wanting to have a baby for a while. And she went out and was like, "This is the dude. This is the one that I want to be the father of my baby, even though I don't want it in the baby's life." She said he doesn't have to do anything with the baby, just basically get her pregnant and then leave, and she'd pay him for his time.
I mean, it's a live sperm donor. Is what it is. Like without the clinic, right? We did get another text from a mom that says she can borrow my 3 kids for the weekend. Let's see if she still wants to be a mom after that.
Who cares how beautiful the kids are?
So they actually agreed to go out again
and just talk,
to have coffee. And then talk about it and see if he's willing to do it. We'll definitely try to keep you updated on it.
She's pretty convincing. I have a good feeling that she's going to be able to talk him into this.
Think so?
I think so.
He said yes to talking over coffee. That's the gateway, man, to baby making.
I think if he would have said no outright and been like, "No, I don't want to go out. I'm not interested," then it was definitely a no. But I think the fact that he even opened the door,
I'm with you.
That he's about to be a baby daddy. And of course, still the text. I told you guys stop.
It's still coming.
Stop it. So
nasty,
many
dude.
dudes texting in right now. Dude, I'll do it for free. You don't have to pay me. I'll do it all night long, actually. I'll never stop doing it.
We get it.
Shout out to all the horny truckers. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. And your texts always entertain me. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
MOViN 92.5. MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You ever schedule a date with somebody and then show up and that person isn't there, so you just go out with someone else?
No.
Yeah, me neither. Never happened to me. But apparently it happened to Sean, who's on the phone for a second date update right now. Find out how that happened in just a second. But Sean, what's up, man? How are you?
Good. Thanks for taking my call. I'm curious what you guys think.
No problem. Thank you for your email. You had an interesting situation with your first date.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. So it was a Tinder thing, and her name is Kate. We had a little flirty thing going as it happens up top, and then I offered to take her out, and she agreed. And I go to show up, and her roommate answers the door, and like, "Is Kate here? I'm here to pick her up." And she kind of just freezes a little and is just like, "Sorry, I'll be right back." And so she just shuts the door and leaves me kind of hanging there, and then comes back, kind of takes a deep breath, and she's like, "Yeah, a bit of a mix-up here. Kate's actually out with another guy."
Whoa, that's a lot of information. Why wouldn't you just, horrible roommate, why wouldn't you cover for her?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just like, I was kind of mortified. And I was like, all right.
Yeah, what did you say to that?
Yeah, you don't really say much. I was kind of kicking my heels a little bit, just kind of like,
Yeah, what do you do?
And she goes, "I'm not up to anything. Maybe we could just hit the bar down the block or something."
Dude.
What?
And I'm like, "No, I don't want this like a pity date or something." Like, she legitimately felt bad for me. Like, I was
She's like, "Oh, you should be dating somebody. I'll go out with
yeah.
you."
So I kind of reluctantly agreed.
Okay,
and,
but, I mean, you were attracted to her, so you agreed, right?
Yeah, she was cute.
It's like a blind date, kind of.
Okay, well, what happened?
Well, we went to the bar and we had a few drinks, but she couldn't get off this, like, "I'm so sorry. Oh, God, that's so awful." Like, I kind of really wanted to forget about it.
Yeah, that'd be annoying.
Yeah, you're like, "Do you have to keep harping on it? Can we just hang out and you not remind me that I was just stood up?"
You're drinking like, "Cheers to you being so poorly stood up."
That is lonely.
Yeah. So I was doing what I could to kind of change the subject, and she would just go right back and be like, again, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, yeah, okay, it's fine, you know. Yeah. And then she even said, I bet Kate's not having as much fun right now as she would be with you. Like, I'm sure the guy that she's out with is worse or something.
It's worse. I mean, I was going to say that's a nice compliment to be like, she was complimenting you, like, you're fun to hang out with. But if she put it that way, like, maybe that guy's worse than you. It would be hard to be worse than you, but maybe.
Like, you're pretty bad, but God, you should see what she drags home from Tinder.
Yeah, I mean, Kate is terrible taste.
Yeah, God, Kate. I mean, I thought that this woman was like, I don't know, maybe attracted to you, and that's why she offered. But it really, I mean, I think you're right. It really does sound like it was out of pure pity.
Well, it did get better from there. In another attempt to change the subject, I asked her if she wanted to play a game.
Oh.
And she perked up and she was like, sure. And I was like, all right, it's called Put It in the Hole.
That game?
It's on a first date.
Yeah.
Too.
And it's not a very complicated game. You just take whatever bar food is near you and you throw it in each other's mouths and you get a little further and further away.
Oh.
Okay. And the people sitting around you hate you because they keep getting hit by pretzels in the head, but that's cool.
Hate is an understatement. We cleared the bar out.
All right. So it's just you and her playing Put It in the Hole in the bar.
Jesus, sounds so bad.
And just like screaming if you get it in the hole, like, yeah! Like you won the Super Bowl.
Right. It turned out to be like a totally like fun activity that we had because we were drinking and we were laughing and we were even like having a conversation about real things like while we were hurling food at each other.
Dude, that's cool.
And so, I mean, it turned into like we're having the time of our lives in this really weird way. So I got it in my head to make a move on her.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
The way you worded that sounds like it didn't go over well.
Well, I don't know. So she caught one, right? And I was like, I don't think that went in. Let me look. And so I approached her, and then when she let me look in, I kissed her.
Oh.
So you kissed her, like, gaping open mouth? When she wasn't expecting it?
Kissed her hole?
Yeah.
Yeah, her mouth hole. Yeah.
All right. Did she like that?
She did.
Awesome.
So the night goes on, it gets a little fuzzy, and she wants to go home, and I'm like, I gotta not try to, like, take her home at this point, even though it kind of goes against everything.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I took her home. There wasn't a kiss at the door, but we were laughing, and I was like, I should go. And the next day, I texted her once and I called her once, and I heard, like, absolutely nothing. And I thought after a date like that, I would totally hear something.
Oh.
And I don't know if she was like felt like she was stepping on Kate's feet or like I don't. It's just so weird that a night like that I'm just getting like ghost.
Do you think maybe the roommate like got mad at her for going out with you?
Well, that is the theory that I just said. So good job.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Note to self: pay attention more.
I don't know. Kate didn't care enough to even be there when you guys were supposed to be on a date. I don't think that she'd be that territorial.
Yeah, she sounded like she had great chemistry.
I don't know. I just see her, like, if the roommate came, saw you at the door, then said, hold on, I got to check, and then goes back. She obviously, I feel like, checked in with Kate somehow.
Yeah, I think so, but I don't know for sure.
All right. Well, play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date update, okay?
Awesome.
All right, hang on.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just joining us, Sean is on the phone, and he was supposed to go out with a girl named Kate, but that never happened. He showed up to Kate's apartment, and she was actually out on another date with a different dude. Yeah. So he ended up hanging out with her roommate. Sean, what's her name, by the way? We never got the roommate's name. Chelsea. Okay, so he ended up hanging out with Chelsea all night. He said that they had a really good date, but now she's not calling him back. Sean, have you thought about the possibility that maybe you got catfished?
Oh,
wow. I didn't even think of
I
that.
have entertained that. It just doesn't add up to that, but I guess it's possible.
Like fake pictures and everything else, and then you show up and she acts like she's the roommate. I don't know why.
Right.
But
Really smart.
But why would she catfish you and then not call you back?
I don't know.
Like, that's pretty rude. You get stood up.
Yeah, she would have just not gone on the date if she wasn't interested, right?
Right. I mean, I don't get why to set up that whole sting and then do it this way, you know.
Well, it's shrouded in mystery. Hopefully we can figure it out for you. I'm about to call. Chelsea's the one we're calling, not Kate, right?
Yeah, I never went out with Kate.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just starting to get names confused now. That's more for me than for anybody else. All right, so I'm about to call Chelsea right now and find out why she's not calling you back. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, is this Chelsea?
this is she.
Hi, Chelsea. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Oh, is this about my dry cleaning? Because I'm picking it up today, I promise.
Oh my God. Chelsea.
No, Chelsea. It's not about your dry cleaning.
But suddenly I understand who you are because I'm the same person.
I will let them know though you're picking it up.
Yeah, you're not going to though. Let's be honest.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't. Who's this?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Okay.
And we don't do dry cleaning, but we might start.
I'm confused. Did I win like a prize or something?
No, we actually do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then don't call them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and try to find out what happened. So we got an email about you from a dude named Sean.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I know Sean.
Yeah, he told us. He told us about how he actually was supposed to go on a date with your roommate.
Yeah, he showed up and I felt really bad. So I just said, like, we can go to a bar and hang out for a little.
Yeah.
You pity dated him is what he said.
I mean, it wasn't like full on pity because like if I didn't want to hang, I wouldn't have. But like, it's not like he had a date with me.
But did you enjoy hanging out with him though? He thought that you guys had a great time and actually had a really good date, even though he wasn't supposed to be on a date with you.
Did he tell you like everything that happened, everything we talked about?
I mean, here's what he told us. He said that you guys hung out at the bar and you played a game called Put It in the Hole, where you try to throw things in each other's mouths. He told us that you kissed, and he said at the end of the night, you guys were laughing and having fun, and he thought it would be totally cool to hit you up again for another date, but he's tried to do that, and you haven't answered him.
Yeah. I mean, the game was like fun and all, but honestly, he doesn't seem really honest, and I'm kind of like skeptical if he was telling me the truth or not when we went out.
What do you think he was lying about?
Everything.
Whoa.
What?
He said, like, he's been struck by lightning 3 times.
Oh.
And, like, I don't even know anyone who's been struck once.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty rare.
I mean, but, like, I could let that slide. But then, like, right after, he said it happened around the time that he was roommates with Zac Efron, like, before Zac Efron got famous. And, like, hasn't Zac Efron been famous since he was, like, 12? Like, that just didn't make sense.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, there's definitely some flags flying up that say, like, compulsive liar.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's, like, more than... literally, the whole thing, I feel like, was a lie. He told me he, like, won the New York Marathon, but, like...
He won it.
Was disqualified because he lost, like, that number that you wear when you're running, you know?
Oh, no.
He was running so fast it flew off.
All that running for nothing.
I mean, like, he is in really good shape, but, like, to win a marathon, like, wouldn't I have heard about it? Like, if I Googled him, would have seen that? Like,
Yeah, you would
know?
think so. I know a dude like that who tells the tallest tales ever, and you're like, that did not happen.
But, like, that's not even the worst of it. I think the worst one was he told me he hooked up with, like, 2 Victoria's Secret models on Kendrick Lamar's private jet.
Oh, wow.
So he's roommates with Zac Efron. He's on Kendrick Lamar's private jet hooking up with Victoria's Secret models.
And that was the 3rd time he got hit by
But,
lightning.
but wait, hold
In
on.
the plane.
He's getting stood up by your roommate on a Tinder date. Like,
That doesn't add
you're
up.
right. There's a lot of things that are missing here.
Totally lying.
Well, she's the one that called BS on it. Like, I came home and I told her, and I was like, did he tell you any of this? Like, did he send you a picture of him, like, on a private jet or anything? And she was like, no, this guy is a liar. Don't talk to him ever again.
Did you say anything to him on the date? Like, I like who you are without all these big lies. Like, you don't have to tell me this.
I didn't, like, outright tell him that he was lying because he does, like, the way he told the story. I started to believe him because, like, what do I know? I don't know if it's not true or not. Like, maybe he really does have this crazy, extravagant life.
Who knows? Maybe we should ask because he's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Wait, he's what?
He's on the other line and wants to talk to you. Unless Kendrick Lamar tried to call through, they might have taken his call. I don't know. Sean, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, my God.
I'm a little bummed out that you're kind of, like, questioning my integrity.
I mean,
bad.
it's all of the things, like, you're not that old. How could you have experienced all of this stuff?
Well, I don't know, but I have. I mean, getting hit by lightning 3 times in a row isn't exactly a bragging thing. And I have medical records. It says I've been lit up.
Been lit up. I mean, don't they say, like, once you get hit once, you have a greater chance of getting hit again? Isn't that what
Well,
the step?
you don't have to convince me that's true.
Aren't you, like, supposed to have marks on your body when you're hit by lightning? Like,
It must have passed through me in a way that just jolted all my organs for a second.
I'm having a hard time because you are believable, and you did stay on the phone through all of this. Like, if you were a big fat liar, I would think you would have hung up on us by now.
Like the Zac Efron thing, he was shooting in the area. I'm very good friends with his friend. He stayed at my place for a week. That does count as a roommate.
Okay, so Zac Efron slept on your couch for a week or something like that.
Yeah, and as far as the Victoria's Secret model thing, that really did happen. And I was on Kendra Lamar's plane. Kendra Lamar was not there, but I had to sign an NDA.
What?
Which means I shouldn't be even talking about it at all. On the radio, it's probably a huge no-no. But, like, I have pictures. I can't even show them. But it happened.
why do you have pictures of you hooking up?
Everyone has their phones out and stuff.
So people were filming you hook up with the Victoria's Secret models in Kendrick Lamar's plane?
Yeah, I didn't. To be clear, I didn't sleep with them. I just was hooking up with them and drinking champagne on the plane.
And hey, to be fair, Chelsea, if I was hooking up with Victoria's Secret models, I would also have pictures of it. That is a moment that you only get once in life.
All right. What about you riding across the country on horseback? What? Did that really happen?
Okay, that story is slightly different. Yeah, I rode across country on horseback, but what I didn't tell you is that I rode back as well. And I thought I was like, oh, I'm going to be bragging if I say I did a round trip.
One time riding across the country on horseback raises enough questions. Yeah, you don't need to add that you rode back. You can see how these stories sound pretty made up, though, right?
Look, you don't have to believe me on this, but they happened. I was there. I lived it.
You're pretty convincing.
And I actually believe the horseback thing. The one I have a problem with, Sean, is the marathon. You won the New York City Marathon.
I won in my division.
How fast did you run it?
Look, you don't have to grill me like I'm some sort of liar. I know the truth. I was there. You weren't there. So get off my job, okay?
What about you escaping the Mexican cartel? Did that really happen?
Wow.
You escaped the Mexican cartel.
Okay, El Chapo.
Oh, my God. All right. So, first of all, what I was doing down there, and I was a dumb kid, and I was trying to buy weed, and I got in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they took me for ransom. They take people for ransom. They call their families, and they're like, give me money, and we'll let them go.
Trying to buy weed, and then I round up in the middle of a huge coke deal between the cartels.
It happens. It's rampant down there.
I have heard.
And so I will tell you how I got out of there. It wasn't very fancy, but we basically became friends, all of us, and joked around and smoked and drank while they waited for their money. And they trusted me enough to go take a leak out on the back deck, and then I just hoofed it and ran.
Wow.
So you're either the most interesting man on the planet or you're the biggest liar we've ever met.
I am known for being the unluckiest and luckiest guy on the planet at the same time.
All right. Well,
who knows you like that, though?
Chelsea, would you like to get to know Sean?
All of my friends.
Would you like for Sean to prove it to you? Would you go on a second date with Sean? We'll pay for it. Then you guys can sit down and he can bring the medical records of his lightning strike.
I just don't know because, I don't know if he's telling the truth or not. He's got answers to every question.
I have answers to every question because they happened. It's real easy for me. Think about this. I've been going around telling people that I went on a Tinder date and that the date wasn't even there, but I took out her roommate. That's already
Yeah, weird stuff happens to you, man.
You're an excellent liar, Sean.
Yeah.
I commend you.
Jubal's jealous.
Yeah. Chelsea, what do you think? Do you want to give Sean one more shot?
I do think I'm going to go on a date and see what happens.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. Sean, congratulations. You got a second date.
Yay.
Yeah, bring along your medical records and all that stuff.
Well, I don't know if I can get my hands on them by then, but I'll see.
Sure. Okay.
Really?
All right. Well,
Convenient.
hope your date goes well. And congratulations, Sean. Chelsea, thank you for your time, too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know.
And Sean, the next time you go on Kendrick Lamar's private jet, invite, please.
Yeah, dude.
We don't actually talk anymore. It was his buddy's plane, so yeah.
Okay, all right, sure. Sounds legit. We'll see you.